It seems like we are on, and this thing should start already. Yeah. What?
Why is it not popping up? Why are you like this, YouTube? It's you know what? It's you're the problem. You're the problem, YouTube. Oh my God! There it is. There it is.
Is it?
Yep, we're good. We're live. It's up. It's live.
Why are you stealing my thunder?
Oh, I was just saying it was live.
Because it's a freestyle. Oh, there it is.
Good.
Okay. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the G Show Podcast. I am G1, and this is the Geek Out, the Friday Freestyle Fiasco edition, where we're just going to be, I don't know, spewing a bunch of nonsense. Not nonsense, but anything that comes to mind today we're talking about. We got two definite topics of contention today, and that is the controversy surrounding the show Star Wars Acolyte and the Ultraman Rising, or the Ultraman movie that I couldn't believe was as good as it was, Ultraman Rising on Netflix. Hi. We gonna talk about that too. But yes, before we get into anything, and of course we'll talk about anything else that comes to mind, but before we get into anything, let me introduce you to the co-hosts, the cohorts, starting with, of course, Brother JR. How the hell are ya? I can't even talk.
Yeah, I'm so good. I'm great.
It's good to know. Good to know. Also joining us live from his PS5, we got my right hand when it comes to Godzilla on the G Show, G73, aka Megzy, aka my brother Chase. How the hell are you?
It's weird being awake right now. I should be deep in sleep for hours, but I'm awake. So that's always good because the birds are chirping and there's a bright thing in the sky. And normally that's not what I see.
He said he's awake and all that fun stuff in case y'all didn't hear. But yeah, he's clipping.
Did I clip really bad?
Just a little bit. But that's all right. That's all right because this show is nothing but...
Damn you, PlayStation.
Just when I thought everything was going to be fine. Yeah. So anyway, fuck. It's been a kind of a slow week in terms of anything geek. There really nothing has been blown up to the point where we're like, yo, we got to talk about this. At least nothing that rang my bells this week. But still, in the doing our due diligence, week 13 now of live streaming, which I still can't believe. on a week like this, I'd have been like, yo, fellas, let's just go play video games. But no, we keep the streak alive is what we're doing. We have to. We absolutely have to. But let's talk about the first thing. The first thing being this controversy with Star Wars. Now, I mean, it's nothing new. This controversy has been going on now since, 2018, I believe? 2015 when The Force Awakens started. But I think 2018 is when it really, really ramped up with The Last Jedi. And how it just kind of mocked everything that came before it. To the point where a lot of old school fans was just shitting all over it. Cut to now, 2024, we've got 3 main Star Wars movies, right? The sequel trilogy. We got 2 other Star Wars movies, one which was good, Rogue One, and then one which was which is Solo. There wasn't any other Star Wars movie, right? Because if there was, I feel terrible. Well, I don't feel terrible, actually, because I've kind of given up on something that I loved for so long in my life. Always being number one. Anytime I needed a pick-me-up, I go to Star Wars, and I watched the entire original trilogy. And it was great, and it was there, and I loved it, and I couldn't believe it, and it makes you feel good. Seeing the plight, good versus evil, light versus dark, Luke versus his pops. It all culminates into some fun, great, epic. And then the prequels come out. And people are like, what is this? And it ain't until Dave Filoni comes along and does the Clone Wars where you say, oh my God, this man saved Star Wars. Because honestly, look, the prequels are fun for what they are. I love episode 3. I always will. But, like, the Phantom Menace is cool for certain things. Honestly, the pod racing scene always puts me to sleep. But it's that lightsaber battle at the end, the Duel of the Fates, is fantastic. That whole sequence is great. But it's more boring and political than fun and action heavy. The Attack of the Clones is just, you know. Then you have
It's nap time.
Yeah, then you have the outstanding Clone Wars that falls in between, and then episode 3. But anyhow, the sequel trilogy, when Disney bought Star Wars from Lucas, when Disney bought Lucasfilm from Lucas, I should rephrase that, it's been a mixed bag. It was a mixed bag off the bat, but as of late, that bag is no longer as mixed as it once was. It is now... This bag is now a steaming pile of shit, and it's leaving people to wonder what the hell is going on. Not just the people who've been criticizing this since 2015, but now the converts, the people who Disney had on their side, is sitting here saying, what is going on with Star Wars? And it, for whatever reason, has culminated because of this show, The Acolyte. Now, I'm just prefacing this here. I have not seen one episode of this show. I am not going to shit on this show. I am going to talk about what I've seen on the internet for this show. And yes, listen, I get it. The word woke might pop up a whole bunch of times. I don't believe that's the case here. People might think otherwise. I don't look at it like that. I'm looking at it in the lens of being a Star Wars fan. This is just not good storytelling. It's just not good writing. Yep. There's so many contradictions to what has come before. And that to me is the true crux of why the fandom should be mad. It shouldn't have nothing to do with who's being the showrunner, who's writing it, who's directing it. I don't care what any of that means. I don't. We point the finger at George Lucas for the prequels being as boring as they were to an extent. So we point the finger at the showrunners for being whatever this is. But I'm going to start with you, JR. You didn't see it either, but what's your take on this whole fiasco?
So I've been kind of tuning in every week. I see things, clips, memes. There's a couple of people I go to see what happens in the episode because I'm just not going to fucking waste my time. Right? I haven't the last Star Wars thing I enjoyed was season 1 of The Mandalorian. I haven't watched anything since. Nothing. You could go back to past podcasts where we both have talked about, like, I haven't seen shit since season 1 of Mandalorian. I guess The Rise of Skywalker came out after, but, you know, that doesn't count. That's not a real movie.
No, did it? I don't think so.
Yeah, I can't remember, dude. But here's the thing. I'm not going to use the term woke. I hate the fucking term. Here's what it is. The creators of this show wanted to politicize to an extent with modern day politics their show. Fine, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. Have a fucking story, though. Have a story that doesn't directly contradict over 20 years of established lore. Disney. You said all the books, the comics, and everything pre-you purchasing weren't canon. Fine. Fucking fine. But you can't sit here and tell me the prequel trilogy ain't canon. That's episode 1, 2, and 3. And you can't have space witches creating Anakin fucking Skywalker. You can't have that. You can't allude to that. It's been established that's not how that happened. That is you openly not giving a fuck. That's the problem here. They don't give a fuck.
when a mommy Anakin and a daddy Anakin love each other very much.
Seriously, but it was Darth. We all know it's Darth Plagueis and Darth Sidious.
The Space Witches did not create Anakin. They created other life using the Force. That is the pushback.
That's the big problem because in that
Anakin's
sense,
the chosen one because Anakin is the Immaculate Conception.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because inadvertently, we should clarify then. Inadvertently creating it when it's been established. No, it was Darth Plagueis and Darth Sidious diving into the essence of the dark side of the Force. Them discovering the fact that they could manipulate the midichlorians to create life with the dark side of the Force and somehow shot that through space into Shmi Skywalker. I don't know. I'm just saying there was a lot of jerking going on.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a mama by her toe. If she hollers, let her go. Eeny, meeny, my Anakin.
Yeah. But it's established, though, and it just completely negates and downplays Darth Plagueis's... Again, we know that the old canon ain't canon, but
how
he's
much...
a big part of the prequel trilogy in the background a little bit, because it's like Darth Sidious wouldn't fucking be the way he is if it wasn't for Darth Plagueis. You can't play this fucking game, Disney. You know what? I'm just gonna choose not to get mad. That's the thing. Is like, I was. You guys saw me before we started. I was getting mad, but that's the thing. It's stupid. It's stupid, and it just reinforces how I've been feeling about Star Wars. Why I don't like Star Wars anymore. No one knows what the fuck to do with Star Wars. Us, the hardcore fans. Why appeal to us, right? Fuck that. Let's go do some nonsense that's gonna piss us all off. That's okay. Fuck those people, right?
And that's the thing that I kind of find weird. I'm all for trying to bring in more fans. The more the merrier. Yeah. That's the beauty of Star Wars. I say this a million times. You look at the pictures of A New Hope at the theaters when it was coming out after the screen. Yo, it was mobbed. You see the theaters, they're mobbed. There's lines. It's insanity. That was 1977. In 2005, when Revenge of the Sith was coming out, I waited in line 24 fucking hours. Granted, I worked right next to the movie theater we were going to see it at. But there were lines around the fucking block. And I was like, I told me and my buddy at the time, I was like, yo, G2, we got to get our seats. And then, of course, my dumbass forgot the tickets at home. So, thankfully, we got out around the same time. So, G2 sat there while I ran all the way back home, taking a train to the bus, to jump back on the bus, jump back on the train, to get back to the fucking spot with the tickets, because we were, again, we were going to spend the night. But it was an experience. It was something where, hell, I'm not even kidding. If there's an archive of this shit, you look up New York 1, the Revenge of the Sith, premiere. Yo, I'm on that shit. They interviewed me. They come out. I was like, I'll talk. I don't care. Because I was such a fucking Star Wars fanatic. At that point in time, I felt like everybody in the line, with the exception of a couple of people and the 501st, because they were there, straight up decked out in their stormtrooper gear. That shit was dope. I was like, I'm smarter than all of these other people when it comes to Star Wars. At that time. That's how I felt. So I was like, yeah. I'll talk. Now I'm as dumb as bricks when it comes to new Star Wars, and it's unfortunate because, again, seeing all of that, seeing everybody coming together for one thing, especially after the Attack of the Clones, just to give it, this is it. This is Anakin going Vader. We gotta see it. Like, it was something else, man. There was such a mode, man, a mood. Everybody felt there was energy. Literally, the Force surrounded us. I can't make it. Like, I can't even put it in any other words. You feel the electricity in the air. It's real. And so I'm not against bringing in new people, because the more the merrier. We can feed off of each other. The problem is you can't pop the tires of the person that got you to the dance.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, what you're explaining to me is diversity. Star Wars, even with all of the movies pre-Disney, was diverse. The fans were diverse. Everything's diverse. And now they're sitting here saying we need to make Star Wars more diverse. It's always been diverse. It appeals to fucking everybody. This new shit doesn't seem to appeal to everybody. The Acolyte, to me, feels like it appeals to a very specific type of people. And that's fine. But don't sit here and say you're being diverse as if Star Wars wasn't always diverse.
Or like when Kathleen Kennedy came out the other day and said Star Wars has always been a male-centric franchise, and then George Lucas comes out and rebuttals with, have you seen Star Wars? We have tons of heroine-esque characters. Like, what are you talking about? It's not just a male-centric franchise. You're stupid. And yeah, Kathleen Kennedy's a big problem.
Remember when Princess Leia, when they got trapped in the corridor and the stormtroopers are shooting at them in that tunnel? That's one of my all-time favorite Star Wars scenes, right? I don't know why, but I love that corridor sequence where you see the stormtroopers peeking out, blasting Luke and Hana like hanging back, and then they're blasting down that corridor. I love that shit. And Princess Leia's like, give me the goddamn blaster, and shoots the fucking the hole in the wall. Get in there. She saved them. It was Princess Leia.
Yes.
You remember in Empire Strikes Back? After Han Solo gets put in carbonite, she had the fucking plan. She was like, get him, Chewie. And then choking Lando out, and he's like, well, hey, we can still save him. It was her. She was like, nah, we're not going to do this. All right, she got captured in Return of the Jedi. That might have been, that might have been problematic. Yeah, maybe in Return of the Jedi she did get shot in the arm. Yeah. She might have been a sex symbol in Return of the Jedi. Okay, I'll just say that. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because she was already established. That's Princess fucking Leia. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody knows who she is. Everybody respects who she is. You know what I'm saying? The Rebel Alliance follows her without question. They will follow her without question. And she's very, very headstrong. Jumping on the speeder bike and taking off, and Luke is like, wait, Leia, what the fuck? It's great. You look at Padme Amidala. Yes, in The Phantom Menace, she's the queen. She does a thing, she's pretty much in makeup. But by the end of that movie, she's in charge. She's telling her fucking royal bodyguard, I got this. In Attack of the Clones, she takes charge. As it's cringy, the dialogue's cringy, all that shit. I get it is cringy, but she takes charge when they get put in the arena at the end of the movie and they gotta fight the monsters. She's up in there, like she's like, all right, yo. Matter of fact, she's the first one up the fucking pillar. Obi-Wan and Anakin, the two Jedi there. They're like, what are we gonna? Anakin's all worried about her, and Obi-Wan's like, yeah, I think she's got things covered. Or no, I think his exact phrase was, I think she's pretty much on top of things because she's already climbing up the pillar, which was great. She took charge. She's not stupid. She's royalty, right? Not only was she royalty, she was a queen. She's a senator. She is in a position of power. And then, Revenge of the Sith, yeah, okay, she's pregnant, with twins. And, no, they didn't even know. The twin thing came at the end. But at the same time, she almost had Anakin. She could have had Anakin. She could have brought him back. But he saw Obi-Wan doing the dope superhero pose. Fucking fist on the hips. I swear to God, you know what? I should get a tattoo of that right in the middle of my O on the ROD. I should get a tattoo of Obi-Wan just standing there like that. It's one of my favorite scenes. But she was, again, strong females. I don't care. I understand the hate it gets. But even the sequel trilogies, I love Rey as a character. That whole Mary Sue thing, I get it. I understand where people are coming from. But I don't mind that. Especially in The Force Awakens, I always use it as, well, that's the Force just guiding her. The way the Force guided little Anakin in the pod races. It's just the Force guiding her. That's the way I look at it.
Well, the Force guided Luke with the missile into the Death Star. The Force guides characters. And I never will sit here and say downplay Rey as an important character. The problem is the writers didn't know what to fucking do with her until the last minute.
It wasn't the writers. It was, unfortunately, Kathleen Kennedy, because she did not want the Marvel way of making a movie. She wanted her own, just make it up as we go. No! You're doing a trilogy. You gotta have a beginning, a middle, and end. That's what makes Star Wars Star Wars. You can't just say throw this there, and throw this there. It wasn't the Rey, Finn, and Poe movies. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. It was an ensemble cast, just like it was in the original movies, just like it was in the prequels. There was an ensemble cast. The prequels is Anakin and Obi-Wan and Padme. In the OGs, it's Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, 3PO, R2, ensemble. And in the sequels, it's Rey, Finn, and Poe. You didn't even need Poe in there as much. Rey and Finn would have worked for me, but those were the established characters. That's what you do. You don't just say, let's just make whatever. No, and that's where Star Wars fell off, and that's where the fans get mad. So, while I understand what JR's saying about this is sort of directed to a certain demographic, I'm not going to say it's directed to it, but the obvious is the obvious. I have no problem with it in Star Wars personally, and again, I haven't seen it. My beef with from what I've seen on the internet, and again, they're all over the place. It's all over the place, and I don't want to hear you. Do you believe everything you see on the internet? For this particular topic, yes, because apparently it's across the board, and the only people that are giving it some kind of props are shills. And I hate to say it, but it's the God's honest truth. It's shills. So
look. It's a thing that reminds me of when. Okay, I don't know how far, if this is kind of a leap of a context that I'm trying to compare here, but when The Last of Us 2 came out, the majority of that fan base hated that game. But then after, when people were trashing the reviews, then it came to a flip where it seemed like this community that never existed started praising the game for uppity reviews and turning that negative outcry to a positive thing, where people that did not understand why people were upset with this franchise, where am I trying to go with that? It was like they were trying to wash away that reason people were upset. And the reason being was because the way you handled the character, mostly in Joel, and what happened was The Last of Us was a whole different thing. It presented us a game that we didn't get. We did not get a Joel and Ellie adventure that clearly in its trailer tried to sell you on. And then when they, spoilers everybody, killed Joel, that everyone knows now that happens.
What?
They do it in such a disrespectful way, and it's so it's not even the shock factor. It's that you're doing this, and you're taking what this character barely has even established, and you're just destroying it. But the problem is there was a community that came out of the shadows that felt artificial almost, that were uplifting it and saying how great the game was and everything, and saying this was and there was this diversity in argument, why are people upset? But it's obviously the real reason everybody was upset for valid reasons. And it's it almost seems like that's what's also happening with the Acolyte, is there's this hidden community that's either brought up from the studio or just doesn't really naturally exist, and it is very shill, and it feels very artificial, and it feels very fake, and it just does not seem real. And I don't know, it's just something that I've seen, and it just with this look, I knew the show was doomed when that guy said Anakin blew up the Death Star.
Yeah.
You don't make that mistake, and you're a Star Wars actor.
You don't.
And you're trying.
No.
And he's so aggressive and so confident in what he's saying in that interview. And then he says Anakin. It's like, dude, are you like reading the back of a cereal box and there's a sticky? Dude, you just blew it. And it's like, obviously this show had no idea what they were trying to do, and the writers had no idea what they were doing, and that's the problem. But yeah, there's clearly this weird, like, materialized force to like talk positively about things that are not good, and I've seen that a lot lately in media, you know, like shows that are bad that get this like positive reaction. I mean, look, I think it's one thing to like something that people don't like, but when you can't say anything negative about something, that's when we have a problem.
That's
you can't sit there and tell me anything is perfect.
I agree with that right there. And that's what that's the issue I'm having with the backlash to the backlash. Like, look, and I get it, again, when you have certain you have a section of fans going at it in one way, you know, oh, there's an agenda being pushed here. Look at this, look at that. Then you have a section of fans like myself, and again, I didn't see it, but I'm going by what I've looked at on these reviews and just all the lore breaking. You can't break shit that's already been established. You can't go back and say, I'm going to create Star Wars again. What? That doesn't make sense. I don't care.
It's not Star Wars anymore.
Exactly. Look, I don't care how many fucking agendas you're pushing in the show. I don't care who loves who or what does what. I don't care about that. Okay? But when you start tampering with established lore and your show takes place before all of this happens, then it's wrong. Now, if you wanted to go out on a limb and say the Acolyte takes place, I don't know, 500 years in the future, then fuck around and play with things. Then
but don't say it's the High Republic.
Yeah, but don't say it's the High Republic. Don't say it's the New or the Old Republic.
Don't sit here and say Mudu Kai, big forehead guy, is alive when he shouldn't be.
And don't give us a weird lightsaber that looks like a bendy straw.
Yeah, what's going on with this fucking show, dude?
Oh, I didn't see that. They
have like new lightsaber weapons that aren't lightsabers, and there's one lightsaber apparently that's like a whip. It's
terrible. It's terrible.
I think that's what they were trying to do with the High Republic. Go back and say, hey, we can do all these different things. To me, you do that in the future of Star Wars. When you see Kylo Ren's lightsaber for the first time, I'm like, all right. I don't think that's as badass as when Darth Maul did the double blade in the trailer. That was badass. That was like, oh shit, 2 blades, fucking win. But the lightsaber hilt thing, it's cool. I like that. It's almost Knights of the Round Table, the Knights of Ren. I like that.
It's very Celtic.
Very Celtic. Thank you.
It's cool, but like the purpose of the hilt is like it's more counterproductive than anything because it could cut his wrist off if he's not careful.
That's why you have to train.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is do all that shit in the future. Do it in the future.
Here's what sucks though is for people like me, it's like, oh yeah, I've always wanted to see Star Wars in the Old Republic, the High Republic days. Nope, this isn't what I asked for. No, please stop. And then we have. Oh my fucking god. I forgot his name. There's characters in this show that are in the games. Darth Revan.
Yeah.
Why is he in this show?
Is he in the show though? I don't know. Is he?
There's been references. So the guy I work with where I'm getting a lot of information, he straight up said Darth Revan is mentioned in the show.
What game was Darth Revan in?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic. That's the problem. They are trying to... This is what I mean. They say none of that shit's canon. but we're gonna make it canon, but our way.
Right. And see,
That's not okay because it still fucks with original mainline canon that is still canon because you can't uncanonize the first 3 fucking movies in the Star Wars franchise. Well, the 1, 2, and 3.
No. So you got to understand.
What the heck? It literally says here, like, yeah, Darth Revan will appear in The Acolyte and will be played by Keanu Reeves.
That is so not true. But I did hear that a long time ago. I did hear that. But that's not gonna happen. I think Keanu Reeves is like, you know what? Nah, man. I'm getting in my telephone booth. I'm gonna go back in time and I'm gonna change that shit.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna just go work on John Wick 5.
There you go. With the games, like, you know, Knights of the Old Republic, they can play with canon as long as they stay true to canon, and I don't think that they disrupted or disrespected anything that came before. At the same time, though, you can absolutely get away with saying that doesn't count because it doesn't affect the original movies.
And that's fair. That's fair.
Whereas now,
but
these are affecting the original movies, and you're like, that don't make sense. You can't do that.
But by that same logic, fans like me of the original games, who you're trying to get on board with your show, you're alienating us because I was a Star Wars fan before the games. I like these games. I think they're great. There are people like, you know, people I know who are fans of Star Wars because of KOTOR. You're shitting on them. You should be like, no, come here. We're going to have Darth Revan and shit. We're going to have all these cool things. We're going to the Old Republic. Don't shit on them.
I mean,
Don't shit on them.
I'll attest to that. I have never been a huge Star Wars fan movie-wise, but I love the video games. Like, I played the shit out of Republic Commando and the Force Unleashed games. I love to death, even Force Unleashed 2. But my favorite that I played, well, Republic Commando was my favorite, but the other one I played was the Revenge of the Sith game for the original Xbox.
Yeah.
I love that game. That game was so fun. But Ray's leaving. I need him to answer a question I have for him. So, Ray!
Maybe I could answer it.
Yeah, well, maybe. But I became a Star Wars fan mostly through the games, and I mean, like, I like the films like I'm just not, like, I don't hate them or anything. I just could never really get into Star Wars because it always felt like there was such an overwhelming world behind it. But, like, also, I was also very young when I got into Star Wars, and I was in my dinosaur and Godzilla and Predator phase too, so I had a lot of things taking up that. But the games really filled that spot. Like, even the Battlefront games, you know, the first, second, and I love those games too, you know. But my question I have, though, is that if you've seen the show, what is this talk of witches creating Anakin? Because I've been seeing that all over Twitter, and, like, is that literally a thing?
No.
Like, did these witches create Anakin?
No. It's there. So Star Wars has introduced witches before. You've got the what were they called? I forgot, but the oh my god,
The witches exist in Star Wars.
in Star Wars. Yeah. So here's the deal, and I saw this thrown around, this theory thrown around, and I was like, yeah, I haven't seen the show. All right, I'm just going by the reaction and what everybody's saying the same exact thing. Even the people who are giving it a positive review. It's all the same thing. Like, if it's a negative review, they're not making anything up. They're saying, this sucks because of this, and this. And they might throw, agendas in there too. Some people just don't like that stuff. I don't look at that shit. I don't look for it. I look at, all right, I'm getting a Star Wars show. Let me see my Star Wars. Right? I'll put it like this. Everybody loves Andor. I fucking hate it. There's no agenda in that show. I fucking hate that show. Why? I know where this guy ends up, and this is boring. People are like, you're dumb. Fine, then so be it. I'm dumb, but I'm also older than you, and I've also been around longer than you, and I've also been around when Star Wars originated. You haven't. So this is what you see. Andor to me was boring as fuck. I look at shows like Obi-Wan. Talk about destroying a fucking universe? That show makes no sense. Zero.
It's disgusting.
Because you're actually fucking with the characters from the movies. And you're telling me Princess Leia never knew that it was Obi-Wan Kenobi who saved her? He never even mind wiped her. You're telling me Luke Skywalker doesn't remember him being chased down and almost killed as a boy by some crazy ass former Padawan that turned Inquisitor? Get the fuck out of here with that. You're telling me that Obi-Wan fought Vader twice before he met him on the Death Star again? No. The first and only time Obi-Wan and Anakin fought was on Mustafar. The second time was on the Death Star. That's it. That's the canon. That's the canon. And it's like, it's fucking dumb. See, that's dumb. It's not about an agenda to me. I don't care about that. If you want to make a coven of witches that love each other and they're all females, fucking go for it. Go for it. Just don't change don't change what's gonna come. If you're gonna change anything, you gotta throw that shit far in the future. You've got to do it. Because then you don't fuck with established lore. And Star Wars was bought for $4 point something billion
years of it.
It's
20 plus years of established lore, and they're wondering why people are pissed.
And that's it. And again, and now, here's where I get angry. You thought I was angry before? This is where I get angry. Because you can have people, who honest to God does not like the show because of the lore breaking, because they are doing damage to shit that's already established. You can't go ahead and start changing shit that's already been established. That makes no sense. You got people who are legitimately mad at that for those reasons and those reasons alone. I just sit here and said, I don't give a fuck about a coven of witches who could be possibly lesbians. I don't care. But what are they doing? What are they? Are they literally creating life from the Force? That's the Immaculate Conception. That's the chosen one. That's Anakin. You could do that later on because it's already been done. It's already been established. See, and that's what bothers me. But now, and this is something Chase had alluded to earlier, you get corporate shills saying, nah, this is really good and y'all just being bigots. Then once you get one or two of those corporate, maybe 3 or 4 of those corporate shills to go out there on record and put it up on their platform and say, y'all bugging, y'all bigots, this is really good, that opens the door for the creators to say, yeah, y'all nothing but bigots and sexists, and that right there is what drives me crazy, because where you got fans, legitimate fans that are not going in that direction, and then you've got legitimate fans who are going in that direction, who are saying, yo, you're pushing an agenda. What the fuck is all this shit about?
Well, that's exactly what happened with The Witcher.
Right, but The Witcher is way less on the scale of Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like that's close. But what I'm saying is then all of a sudden, the creators bubble all of us together.
And that's bullshit.
And that's bullshit. You can't do that. And that's where I said earlier this week, JR, I've never seen the fans unite the way this show is making them unite, because you've got fans that love Star Wars. All right, all of them love Star Wars, right? But you got fans that they're gatekeepers of the fucking lore, and you're disrespecting that. And then you got fans who, they may be gatekeepers of the lore, but they figure, yo, you're also pushing this agenda that doesn't fit with what Star Wars was. Fine, no doubt. Okay. But once they do that, once those couple of corporate shills get in there, now they got the room to say, all of you motherfuckers are fucking wrong. All of you are bigots. And I sit there scratching my head like, I didn't even watch the show, stupid. That's the thing. That's the fucking thing.
They called you a fucking bigot and you ain't even watch it.
I didn't even watch it. My man called me up and said, did you start watching it yet? This is after episode 3. I go, nah, I told you I'm gonna wait for it to be, pretty much towards the last episode, then I'm gonna binge watch. He goes, do not watch this show. And we're diehard Star Wars fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, diehard. He's older than me. He saw he saw New Hope in the theaters. We're diehard Star Wars fans. And he liked the first 2 episodes. And he was like, yeah, don't watch this. They ruined everything. I'm like, what? And then from that point on, I was like, all right, because I'll take his word for it. And then I start going around and I start looking at things. And I'm like, wow, okay. But then episode 4 happens. And you take someone who's not even supposed to be born yet and make him 40 years old. What?
So stupid. It's so bad, dude.
But we're wrong. But we're wrong to point that out.
Yes, and that's the problem. That's the fucking problem. We all knew this was gonna happen, right? That's why when I say I don't like Star Wars anymore.
I didn't know it was gonna happen, honestly. You gotta give everybody a fair shake. You know what I mean? You got to.
Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say everything that Disney's done with Star Wars so far has been bad. I just, and when I sit here and say I'm no longer a Star Wars fan, it means pretty much after The Force Awakens, with some of the TV shows like season 1 of The Mandalorian, I'm sure I'll like season 2 and 3. I will. I liked Rogue One. I liked Solo. That's about it. That's it for me. Everything from that point forward, I'm not a Star Wars fan. I don't buy the figures anymore. The last one I got was my $270 Hot Toys Kylo Ren, because I really like Kylo Ren as a character. I really love him, dude. I got my prop replica lightsaber of that, but other than that, I'm not. I will stick with what I like from Star Wars and everything moving forward. I kind of knew it was going to go this route because the seeds were planted.
The seeds were planted.
If this is what they want to do with Star Wars, fine. Do it, Disney. But I want you to remember how many $1 billion did they spend to just acquire Star Wars? A lot.
It was a lot. 4 point something.
Yeah. The fans that you have alienated, like G1 and myself, are the backbone of Star Wars. We always have been. We were always there day one in the theaters to see this shit. We were there promoting your shit or criticizing it, buying your products, your merch, everything, the games. We are the backbone. And you have completely fucking alienated us and then gaslit us. You gaslit us with this new show. We ain't even watch it yet. And you called us bigots. Go fuck yourself.
I would say it was preempted like during D23 or before the show came out, whatever the events were where the showrunner was, even Kathleen Kennedy was coming out and basically preemptively stating, yeah, they're not going to like this, so they're fucked up. Wait, what? But then why are you making that? Why are you making that then? Like,
why are you making something that you know's gonna piss off the backbone of your fucking franchise? Us, the hardcore fans. You know you're gonna piss us off, but you do it anyways. They are what the problem is, because they know it's gonna piss us off and they fucking do it anyways. They know that. They know that. So it's like self-destructive 101. Piss off everyone that built up your franchise so you no longer make any fucking money and then sell it to someone else for nothing.
Which is why it's funny when you think of it like that, because then if people stop watching, now, like, again, I'll say it. I did not watch this show. I have not watched it. Personally, I can't shit all over it. While I'm shitting on it is because, again, you're fucking with established lore. That's not the haters talking that. That's actually what people are saying all over the place. Like, this is the story. Nobody's making the story up, but the storytellers. And this is not.
They say you're the problem.
Yeah, so that can't be our fault. You did that. You consciously did that.
This isn't what we asked for.
No.
This isn't what we wanted. You served this shit. I swear to God, we're Anya Taylor-Joy from the menu. We don't want this. We just wanted a cheeseburger. What is this shit that you're serving me? I don't want it. go make your toasted marshmallows elsewhere. Go watch that movie, by the way.
Okay.
Been like 2 years. I'm marinating on this shit, dude.
You've been talking about that for a long time.
Did you watch the menu yet?
No.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. We will.
I'm sure. But no, I agree. It's just like you can't patronize us before your show comes out, and then when your show comes out and we're like, what the fuck is this? Be mad and then patronize us again. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't.
And they're snobby about it.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, yo, come on. If you get the keys to Star Wars, then you got to respect what got Star Wars there. And it was us. George Lucas put out something that made people go crazy. Follow suit. We'll continue to go crazy. Look, The Acolyte and Mando Season 3 are the only 2 Star Wars shows that I have not watched. And I need to get to Mando Season 3. I do, because now it's been out for over a year. But I watched every other live action show. I watched Star Wars Visions, or Visionaries, whatever it's called, which is fun. Some of them.
Yeah.
Others, I'm like, what the hell? The fucking Tales of the Jedi is fucking fantastic. I haven't watched Tales of the Sith or Tales of the Empire yet. I think it's Tales of the Empire. Haven't watched that yet. But it's not like they don't know how to make good Star Wars. For the love of God,
always say,
John Favreau and Dave Filoni know how to make good Star Wars.
oh, dude. And then, like,
What are we doing?
that Visions one, the samurai.
Yes.
Make that a show, assholes. Because that's the one that got everyone like, oh my god, an old samurai, neither Sith nor Jedi, has a fucking red lightsaber. He just does the right thing. Imagine that as a show. I know, it's terrible concept just to have something in the same vein of The Man with No Name, Clint Eastwood, showing up to help a town, but he's neither good nor bad. He just does the right thing. Sometimes he wets his whistle a little bit. You can play with it. That's shit we've been asking for. A simple story like that. Now, let's just fuck with established lore because the fans will love it.
Yeah, the fans will love the fact that, and this is the funny part. I couldn't believe this when I saw this yesterday. So I was waiting. I didn't even know when the show came out. I thought it comes out on Wednesdays. It comes out on Tuesdays, apparently. So, yesterday, I'm seeing all the fucking now reviews for episode 4 pop up, and it's all like popping the same thing. It's like, Kiadi Mundi. I'm like, what? Now, I love me some Star Wars. I do. I could give you the OT. I could give you all the law. I could give you the OT. The prequels, we'll go Revenge of the Sith forward. That's about where that's where it is. But they break law twice with this dude. First off, just being in the show because he's not even born yet. So that's weird.
Quick fun fact, because this is something I was watching before we started. Apparently Disney edited the wiki while someone was reading it live.
That's where I was going. Yep. And that's the whole thing. You bastardize that. He's not even supposed to be born yet. Because in The Phantom Menace, he's 70 years old. In The Phantom Menace, he's 70. This show takes place 100 years before that.
And he's talking about how the Sith haven't existed for centuries.
Centuries? And yet he's involved in this Sith conspiracy. Well. Again, haven't watched the show. There are caveats. And again, all I've seen is what people have been posting. There are caveats. What if this ain't a Sith? This could be a Dark Jedi. Now, it's stretching. We all know Dark Jedis to be Sith, quote unquote. I mean, Smilo Ren over here looks like a Sith, by the way. Whoever coined that phrase, Smilo Ren, you got my undying respect. That shit had me fucking bawling. I had the belly gut laugh when I saw the picture. I wasn't thinking about it. I just see the picture. I go, well, that's a weird looking fucking helmet. And then somebody said, Smilo Ren. Bro, when you put 2 and 2 together and that shit equals 4, I lost my fucking shit. I was cracking up so hard. Like, I got stomach ache for laughing so fucking hard. Because it's just genius. It's fun. Matt, you know what? It was probably the showrunner. It was probably said, you know what? I'm gonna fuck around. I'm gonna jump into the hate and add this because that's what we were calling this character behind the scenes. I doubt that's the truth, but dude, I cracked up. I love it. Smilo Ren. Ha! It's so funny.
It's great.
But it's a terrible. Like, what are we doing? Again, I digress. That could be the best part of the entire show. That could be the best part of the entire show, honestly, because it doesn't break any established law. Now watch, he takes his helmet off, and it's Darth Maul. That's a joke. I have no idea, but could you imagine?
I hope it doesn't fucking happen, dude.
It's Ki-Adi-Mundi. He's a
Yeah, probably.
Dark Jedi.
Look, it's just, at this point, like I've been saying for years, you hear me all the time, nah, I fucking hate Star Wars now. You know, it's because the now times, I fucking hate Star Wars. I hate where it's gone. It's just like the new Indiana Jones. I refuse to watch it because it looked like shit.
Okay.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was fine. That's my prequels, even though it's not. It's like, it was fine. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
You know, and here we are at this Disney shit, man. I'm fucking tired. I'm tired, boss. I can't do it anymore, man. I'm 30.
Oh my God, he's 30. Jesus Christ.
I'm 30. Think about that. I've been a Star Wars fan my entire life up till The Rise of Skywalker is when I'm like, I'm fucking done. I'm done. A lifelong fan just dropped it. I haven't watched a fucking Star Wars movie since 2019.
Where's our sequel to Solo?
Yeah,
So it was a good movie. It's not perfect, but it was good. It was the best it was gonna fucking be for what they were trying to do. Should they have? No. But that's okay.
Hear me out. Hear me
This
out.
shit.
Hear me out. We're gonna connect the dots. This is what it should have been. Because it seemed like that's exactly what they were doing. So
Yeah.
you got The Force Awakens.
Oh shit.
Right?
Spider-Man's here.
Oh, Swatch! Hell yeah, Spidey. What's up, bro? You got The Force Awakens, right? And in The Force Awakens, when Han meets Rey for the first time, when they're talking, whatever, he gives her this look like, oh, shit. Now, a lot of us was like, is this supposed to be his long-lost daughter? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But Solo comes out, and you meet, Daenerys Targaryen.
Sexy Miss Thing.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. You know,
Oh, I know who
Sarah
you're talking
Connor
about.
from fucking Genesis. You meet her.
Yeah,
character.
Daenerys from Game of Thrones.
You meet her. And then you put 1 and 2 together. That was his first love. It wasn't Princess Leia. Princess Leia he winds up falling in love with later. But that was his chick. Are you telling me that's not Rey's daughter? That's Rey is the daughter of that woman? That's where I was like, when after Solo came out and you see the way he looks at her, the way she is, because they kind of made it a point to make, you know what? No, I need to know her fucking name. Like, why am I blanking here? Oh my God, this is terrible.
And I know where you're going, and that's where I thought it was going to go, and then, it didn't.
Hang on. Terminate.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moral of the story is plan a fucking trilogy. Is it that hard? You spend $1 billion on something. You think you would plan out the next trilogy?
Emilia Clarke. Oh my God, why can't I remember?
Emilia Clarke. Yeah, Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind that Rey is her daughter. Like, that would have been fucking dope. That's why Han's looking at her like that. That's why Han's giving her the Falcon. Like,
because it all makes sense too, where they dump her off on the planet because the mom could have very well have just been so tied up with the Darth Maul syndicate.
The syndicate, yep.
It's so fucking. It was.
And Maul is probably.
It was there.
And this was before Maul got killed by Obi-Wan in the deserts of Tatooine, which was a fucking fantastic scene at the end of the Clone Wars, or at the end of Rebels. At the end of Rebels. Was it Rebels or Clone Wars? Rebels. Wherever it was. It was fucking fantastic.
It was Rebels.
It was fucking fantastic. But that's the thing. My daughter's Force sensitive. And it wasn't Han's daughter. You know? But he saw his first love in her. and that's why he looked at her like that. Dude, I was over. I was like, that's it. Oh shit, this is dope. I was on that motherfucking ride, bro. I was in that roller coaster. I'm ready to go. No. It's Palpatine's granddaughter. What now? What? Who? What?
Yeah, because that means that the Monster Mash reproduced with someone.
It was the dumbest fuck. Well, apparently, and I got to go back and check that again. But apparently, it wasn't. It was a clone of Palpatine. Right?
Oh, fuck off.
It was a clone of Palpatine that he kind of said, "You're my son." I don't know. All I know,
stupid.
It is stupid. It is stupid. You don't see it in the movies. I love Palpatine. Listen, that's my favorite Star Wars character. Honest to God.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have been brought back.
But he shouldn't have been brought back. It should have been Snoke, and Luke and Snoke should have had a fucking epic duel at the end of Rise of Skywalker. And if you
and
want
then it turns out Snoke is Darth Plagueis.
And brings back Palpatine because he says you tried to kill me, but you couldn't. So I'm gonna bring you back just to show how much of a failure you are. And then Luke's got to kill both of them. See, I tell you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Star Wars fans want stuff, and Disney's just like, nah, trying to hump doorknobs.
They're like, how do you even spell Plagueis? Like, fuck. Come on. It's right there. Look, I swear to God. I'm talking to my guy at work, right? One of my favorite dudes at my job, right? He is a Star Wars fanatic. This dude, more so than me, and he's younger than me, so he does all that shit. I gave up. I ain't gonna lie. I gave up a long time ago. After the new Jedi Order shit and the Yuuzhan Vong attacks in the books, when they started the next trilogy with these weird alien fucking praying mantis things, I read the first book and then I was done. I said, all right, I'm gonna fall back. But this dude reads all that shit. He's in. All they need to do, honest to God, I want an Adventures of Luke Skywalker movie. I want an Adventures of Luke Skywalker show. I want to see Luke Skywalker at the end of Return of the Jedi going forward. That's what I want. I want that. What do we do with it? How we do it, I don't know. But I'll tell you right now, the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan, he looked like a young Mark Hamill. Do it. And if you don't do it live action, then there's no reason why you cannot do it animated and get Mark Hamill to voice Luke Skywalker. There's no reason why you can't do that. Because, listen, Disney, for the love of God, I know you're not hearing it, but for the love of God, you want goodwill between Star Wars fans? Do that! We want to see the continuing adventures of who brought us to the dance. Han, Luke, Leia. That's what we want. And I just want Luke. I want to see Luke Skywalker's journey. I want to see him. I had to kill my father and him having to cope with that. At the end, I want to see where he goes. I want that. I don't want to see him drinking blue milk and spitting it all over the place and spilling it on his chin. That's stupid. That's not Luke Skywalker.
It just goes to show you.
Mark Hamill was saying that's not what Luke would do. But
they didn't know what to do. Like I keep saying, with Kylo Ren, they knew what to do until the last minute. Like we've talked about before, Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren should have been the series of them hunting down the rebels. That should have been it. That should have been the fucking trilogy. Then in the second movie, Rey finds Luke in his training, and that's when Kylo Ren shows up with the Knights of Ren, and that's where Luke and Kylo Ren have their 1v1. Kylo Ren's like, no, he's mine. And then Luke's just like, I failed you. Like my father before me failed. No. It's the Obi-Wan thing. That shit. It's Obi-Wan Anakin. I failed you, Anakin. Exactly. And you could have let it up. Kylo Ren gets his ass stomped, but Luke cannot deal the final blow. He backs off, and they leave. And that's where you go into that third movie. But instead, stupid jokes, unplanned This is why I fucking hate Star Wars, because god damn it, J.J. Abrams set it up. This is why you and me need to make Star Wars. I swear to God, I've got a DSLR, I've got lightsabers, you and me are doing it. I'll put it like this. Dave Filoni
gave us a way out of all of this bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's the world between worlds, where you can go and change things. Dave Filoni did that. And I swear to God, after I saw The Last Jedi, I came home and I said, nope, Luke ain't dead. Nope, nope, nope. Let's go to the world between worlds. How do we start off the next movie? And then you just gotta fan service the shit out of the fucking OG fans because you ruined it. Because you fucking ruined it. But that's not what they did, and I never finished anything, and I'm not nobody in a position to do anything like that. All I am is someone here to spew what I would love to have done to people who might have liked what I'm doing.
Hey, and Spider-Man sitting here saying Kathleen Kennedy would rather die than let us have this. It's almost like what we're talking about is a great idea and would have been an excellent sequel trilogy that would heighten the importance of your villains without making them a fucking joke by the end and dying for no reason. But hey, we had Raylo. That's okay.
Yeah, you know.
So dumb.
They're making another movie with her returning too, like.
But it's
Yeah,
supposed to be
what's
it's supposed to be in the future. It's not like a continuation from where. And again, that's what it should have been with. And I get it. I get Disney's mandate with the sequel trilogy. I get Disney's mandate. Yo, these actors are old now. No doubt about it. They are. Harrison Ford didn't even want to come back. He'd rather do more Indiana Jones movies than a fucking be Han Solo again. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, but you couldn't even run in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And you want to make more of these?
That's what I mean. They botched it. They literally, Star Wars should be on Botchamania. Because this whole thing was botched. You had one shot with these goddamn characters. You botched it. You can't have them back.
You botched
Carrie Fisher is dead. You cannot. You had your shot. You fucked it up. And you don't even try to fix it. You just continue fucking. Star Wars. God damn it. I'm going to compare Star Wars to the girl in I Spit on Your Grave. That's all I'm going to say.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You might be considered a certain bigot, sexist, I don't know, something.
I know. Hey, I'm just saying, Star Wars as a whole, you know, it's a joke.
I'm saying, look, I can see the future of Star Wars, but when you start messing with the past and then contradicting things, that's honestly, that's where us fandoms, that's where the fans and the fandom, that's where we need to unite. Again, I don't care about whatever agenda they're trying to push. As long as it doesn't fuck up anything that came before it, you don't have to like it.
No, it's called creative liberty.
Yeah, you don't have to watch it. But once they say, because again, I'm not watching it. But when I'm hearing, oh God, they're fucking up continuity. Why? How? That's when you got to put their feet to the fire and be like, yo, you got to hold them accountable. You can't do that. This shit is established. Says who? Says the guy who fucking made it. Says the guy you paid 4 point something billion. Says the guy you were trying to bring back to right the ship. You stupid sons of bitches. It don't make no goddamn sense. It's right there. It's right there. Everything's laid out. You know what?
They make his job harder, too.
Dave Filoni is right there. He's the protege. He's the Padawan. He's the one. He's the chosen one. Lucas himself, he's the handpicked chosen one. You got Jon Favreau talking about, I might go make Chef 2 instead of making another Mandalorian season.
Hey, that's okay with me, dude.
I ain't mad at that either, honestly. I like Chef.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, Chef was a good movie. But I'm saying, like, you got dudes, and again, that's the problem. And I don't want to go that route, but it seems like that's the route. You've got dudes who want to do this. And again, for the love of God, it was a dude who gave us this, who gave us strong female characters. When did we get to a point where you need, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not a thing. It absolutely could be, because I'm not a female. So for me to try to write a strong female character, I'm just going to OP her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she going to be OP. Look, but again, in my days, since I was a kid, I got to see Ripley. I got to see Sarah Connor on the big screen. I saw that shit. Now, I didn't see Aliens. I didn't see Alien 1. I wasn't born yet. But I saw Aliens in the theater. I saw Terminator 2 in the theater. Sarah Connor wasn't Sarah Connor until Terminator 2. You know what I'm saying? We've got strong female characters. Fuck! Look at the Godzilla franchise. There's strong female characters throughout the entirety.
All strong female characters.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, it's not like it hasn't been done. I don't,
But
you know.
they sit here and say it's never been done. They say it's groundbreaking. It's not groundbreaking. You're not even treading old ground. You're just stirring shit up.
And that's the problem, and that's the thing. It's like,
What you're doing is you're taking established franchises and trying to cater them to a demographic. And that's the thing, is like, I don't mind if shows want to have a strong LGBT character or a character who's a strong female lead. I don't have a problem with that. But hold on. Don't put it on franchises that already exist. Like, we don't need Little Mermaid the way it is now. Make your own character. Same goes with anything else. Make your own franchise with your own characters to follow these type of agendas and demographics. Don't put them on already established franchises and IPs just so you can make money off of it and change how this world already has existed.
the problem is
That's
they're not
my
making.
hugest problem with
Hold
it.
on.
They're not making
Ray,
money.
read what Spider-Man just said.
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to go to the YouTube page because apparently my live stream feed here is not letting me see anything.
Here, let me read it. Revolutionist history disrespecting the women that paved the way with these girl bosses.
Spider-Man, you ain't wrong at all. Like, that's
No.
legit. And that's the thing. And it's crazy because if we say that's legit, we're automatically like against them. I'm not against them. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna I'm gonna take a time out real quick and say this real quick. How the hell did you pop up? All right, you popped up, but nobody else's. I digress. A G1 loves the ladies.
Real quick, I know why. At the top where it says top chat, click that button, click live chat.
I did. Oh, there it is. There it is.
There you go.
There
It's
it is.
YouTube. They do this top chat, live chat. Get it together, YouTube. 2 different tiers of chat. Just have chat. It's called chat.
It's called chat.
I know, it's hard.
I don't understand. It's called Star Wars. Why are we changing shit up, YouTube?
Yeah,
What are you,
exactly.
you gonna call
There's
me
no
a bigot
reason
now?
for
YouTube? You gonna call me a big?
Kathleen, fucking get off us.
No, seriously, I would get Kathleen Kennedy the fuck out ASAP
Well-
and just put Dave Filoni in charge.
And that's the thing. You gotta think that the people who are investing into Disney has bled money over the past 5 years.
Well, they're still
money.
bleeding. They haven't got their return back for the Star Wars franchise.
And they have. No, it's
No.
close. No, it's close. It's close. They might
It's
have.
close, but they cannot. They still have it, especially adjusted for current inflation. No, they are not making their money back.
Well, I know that this show cost $180 million to make, and I sit here scratching my
What
head, and
the
I'm like,
Fuck!
everybody knows that Godzilla -1 was made for $10 to $15 million, right?
Not even just that. You could literally film this show just like Star Trek: The Next Generation from back in the day. Who's to care? That show cost $6.
Well, look, what I was trying to say before is I love the women. I love them. You know when I love the women? I love the women when they're together. I love that. You do you, sweetheart. I love it. Here's the thing, though. You want to make something that I also love on the side? Make sure you just do it right. That's all you got to do. Don't think you're doing it right because this is how you see it. That's the problem with creative liberty. If you're going to create something from scratch, do what you got to do. But if you're going to go into something that has been established and is a $1 billion franchise already, follow the rules. Play along within the confines of what has been established. This is the problem with these shows. And the only 2 shows I got to talk about here, and again, I haven't seen Acolyte, but it's this one and the Obi-Wan show. I watched Obi-Wan. I watched every fucking episode, and I got progressively madder and madder and madder and madder, and I'm shocked I didn't have a heart attack, because at the end of it, I was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen. This ain't Star Wars, and Ewan McGregor knows better because he was in Star Wars already. Dude, what are you doing? It drove me up a fucking wall. If you're gonna play within this universe, play by this universe's rules. You know why I love The Legend of Korra so much? They did not change the rules that Avatar The Last Airbender set up. They didn't. If anything, they might have expanded a bit. And that's great, but nothing too crazy.
So harking back, I was just doing some math. So Disney bought Star Wars for $4 billion.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens ended up being $1 billion box office, and then The Last Jedi ended up being, or not which one?
Rise of Skywalker.
The Last Jedi ended up being a $2 billion box office. So there's $3 billion there, but The Rise of Skywalker only earned $416 million. Well, actually, hold on. That's its budget. Let's see.
It's like 900.
Its box office was another $1 billion. Okay. So they earned back.
Yep, they
technically what they bought, but not much.
They earned back what they paid for, but they still haven't earned back their investment.
Yeah, because that's a whole other...
You can pay back your loan, but that does, you just paid back your loan. You still have to make money after that,
interest in marketing for these movies. You know, it's probably a lot of money they're still shelling out. And with how fast they're making these shows that are just failing, that's a whole other thing.
Again, it's almost like in that alternate reality, we get that sequel trilogy that was promised.
Was Rogue One part of Disney at that time?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a damn good movie.
It's a damn good movie.
But was it? Was it a part of Disney?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The only.
So how much money did that make?
It didn't make $1 billion, if I'm not mistaken. 800.
Those
maybe?
side movies did not make. They made money. They made bank, but they didn't make.
Rogue One made $1 billion.
Oh, look at that! Go get him, Gareth.
Worldwide total of $1,057,000,000.
Oh, here we go. Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
My younger brother wants Disney Wars to take place in an alternate timeline so Filoni can start new with after Return of the Jedi.
Spider-Man. Honestly, you are my fucking hero. That is exactly it. That right there. And that's why Filoni put the MacGuffin of the world between worlds so we can say, okay, this might have happened, but this is the real fucking deal over here.
Dude.
That's why it's so important to have that, because you can totally go, yeah, all right, it's the Back to the Future conundrum. If we do this here, then the timeline goes this way. If we do this here, then the timeline goes this way. They could do that with Star Wars now.
I also think Star Wars is also in a position to where the fandom is so hungry for it to be on track that they could just come out and say, like, if someone like Filoni came out was like, look, we're just going to make a franchise that's retconning what has happened, and we're picking up from where Luke is going forward after the Return of the Jedi or New Hope. Well, it's Return of the Jedi.
Agreed.
You know, I feel like the fans would be all excited for that, all for that, and be completely fine. And it's something you can just easily press the reset button on.
and it's true. I mean, like, The Mandalorian, that is post Return of the Jedi. Like, all of that, Luke shows up. Crying out loud. We got the greatest Luke Skywalker scene. Why can't I have more of that, please? Like, come on. So, we got Thanksgiving dinner there.
Here's my question. Is this Star Wars at rock bottom?
That's a good question.
I think it is. I think maybe maybe one more after this, but I think this is where it's like it's lost. It lost you. For instance, where I've been saying for years I'm done with Star Wars, and you're now just saying I'm done with Star Wars.
I'm not done with Star Wars.
You're done with this shit.
I'm done with this. Look, and again, I swear on everything. I swear on everything. This show could have gotten shitted on the entire time. If they didn't fuck with established lore, I'm watching it. I will watch it. I will wait for it all to come out and I'm going to watch it. And then I'm going to say, yeah, that was kind of boring. Oh, that was kind of dumb. But they fucked with established lore. I can't watch it. It doesn't mean nothing to me. It literally, and that's the fucking problem. It's like they wanted me to say it, so I'm just going to fucking say it. This ain't my Star Wars. This is Starino. Star Wars in name only. Starino. Yo, JR, mark that shit down. I copyrighting that bitch. Starino.
Oh, we know.
Starino. Star Wars in name only, baby.
Spider-Man. For me, it is Lamau. I tapped out after The Last Jedi once they killed Snoke. Hey, man, at least you didn't have to sit through fucking Rise of Anus Water.
Hey. It's not a bad movie. I gotta fix this shit. The problem was you needed a trilogy in its own right to fix that shit. And then
we can have that argument. Like The Last Jedi, yeah, fucked it up, but The Rise of Skywalker panicking, trying to fixing it.
No,
it just comes off as a bad movie too.
That was Kathleen Kennedy saying, "Okay, all right, the fans are going fucking bonkers. What can we do?
Like I said,
let's bring back JJ."
I get it.
And JJ had to play damage control. Like JJ literally was Oscar. He had to play damage control.
I totally get it, but you could have alleviated that instead of making it a trilogy. Make it a quadrilogy.
You can't do that to Star Wars. You know this. You can't. Star Wars is the rule of three.
I know,
it's the rule of three.
You also can't sit here and say what they said in this show, but they've gone there. So I mean, I'm just saying.
It's a difference. It's different between a TV show and the
mainline saga. Yeah. I get it, but I'm just saying, like, both of those movies are bad for different reasons. The Last Jedi's bad because they didn't know what the fuck to do, so they just did nothing.
They made Broom Kid.
The Rise of Skywalker is too much fucking pandering for its own good to bring back the fans, but for people like me, it's too late. I'm like, I don't care. This isn't satisfying. It's rushed. It's rushed, and you're trying so desperately hard to get a reaction out of me, and you're not doing it. You're just pissing me off. I don't want Palpatine.
It was what I like to call the Peter Jackson effect.
Ooh, give it to me.
Here we go. Yeah, you ain't gonna like what I'm about to say.
Hey, that's fine.
It was a copy-paste job. That's what Peter Jackson does. He copy-paste. Copy-paste. Now, I loved... Oh, no. See, wow. Wait. Let me retract that. Because now I got to think about that. Now I got to think about that.
Because if you sit here trying to use The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, it doesn't work.
But fuck those movies. I hate them. I hate them all. I hate all.
No, they're fantastic. It's okay.
I don't hate the Hobbit movies as much as I hate.
Yeah, they're fun. They're just fun movies.
They're not fun movies.
You're talking about the Hobbit movies are fun. The Lord of the Rings is very serious. The Hobbit movies are fun.
The Lord of the Rings movies is not fun.
I love all of those. Hobbit and Lord of the Rings and the cartoons.
They're boring.
They're great.
They're boring.
Yeah,
the Battle of
really
Helm's
great.
Deep is the best thing that came out of the entirety of that shit.
Did you even watch Return of the King?
It was boring as fuck. I saw that already at the Battle of Helm's Deep.
The Minas Tirith fight is badass, dude.
I don't even know what that is.
Boring at all.
I don't even know what that is.
It's all right. It's all right. You know what? It's okay.
You know what it is, JR? Is you and I are both D&D fans. And Ray's not. And those movies are just...
fantasy.
You know what?
Fans.
No.
Fantasy fans.
Hey, Chase. You're 100% correct. That is the best way of putting it. I can't even disagree with that. That is probably
that's my full-fledged opinion. That's how I feel. Like, and it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. That's legit, dude. I feel that.
Of those films are intricated in different minds that follow that.
imagine having preferences on what you like and not being called a fucking bigot because of it. I'm just saying.
What?
Yeah, Ray, you're a bigot for not liking hobbits.
All I can
wrong
say
with
is,
midget people?
all I can say is, I'm watching that movie, and all I kept hearing is, Mr. Frodo, and I go, this is the kid from the Goonies. Get the fuck out of here. That shit drove me crazy, bro.
Hey, it made money.
It sure the
good
fuck made money, bro. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, them stupid ass Lord of the Rings. Look, oh my god, Mr.
We've
Frodo.
spent 79 minutes talking about Star Wars.
Why not? I can spend 3 hours talking about Star Wars and how we can fix it and make it better.
Have you seen us when we talk about Godzilla? We can talk about that for days.
That's true. We've done that before. We've done that.
It's just, I don't know, man. Like I've been saying, it's for me, it's hard to bring someone like me back. Like the last game I played, I got the fucking one where it's like Dark Souls with Star
Jedi
Wars.
Fallen Order and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that game's fun. I still haven't beat it. I didn't fuck with Jedi Survivor because I kind of just, maybe that's a part of it too.
I wouldn't say I loved, but I liked Fallen Order. But that's the thing is I can't play those games for the Dark Souls aspect. I wish they had an option to turn the roguelike off.
All right,
and
time
just
out.
let me follow the story.
Chase.
I don't want to play a game where I have to die and return and enemies are back and I have to collect shit, my fourth bubble or whatever. Just let me play. I don't want to play a Dark Souls.
You can change the difficulty.
I don't remember
on
that
game.
being
I
in.
can't do that. I have to punish myself.
Oh, there it is.
You stop it! You stop it! I am playing
Wait.
story fucking mode.
I am playing Doom
Chase is
Eternal
Kathleen
on
Kennedy.
easy.
Chase is Kathleen Kennedy. I gotta punish myself. No, I don't remember doing all that shit. Well, I played it on normal. I played the first one. I beat it. I didn't know that was a Souls game or Souls like.
Yeah, it's like a Souls-like game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Souls inspired.
I'm
But
not
that's
afraid
the
of those
thing,
games anymore
like-
now.
Set aside the Acolyte and how terrible it is, I feel Star Wars is definitely possibly a bit too oversaturated as well. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
not-
Funny you just said that because meanwhile I just posted a photo in the message chat. Avengers 5 to be set filming in 2025.
Oh, fuck me.
No, it makes Avengers 5. What happened
That's
to
what they're
Avengers 4?
saying.
Where the fuck is?
I don't know.
Oh, they count Endgame as an Avengers movie. They're not one movie like they should be. They're two separate. It's okay.
Yeah.
How
They're
is
splitting it up.
Endgame 2 movies? It's one movie.
Yeah, it's Infinity War
That's an
and
Avengers
then
movie.
Endgame. Yeah. That's
Oh,
the third
wait,
one.
my
Are
bad.
you forgetting of Age of Ultron?
Yes, I was forgetting Age of
It's
Ultron.
not forgettable.
Sorry.
He forgot.
I fucked up.
Age of Ultron.
I fucked
You're
up.
forgetting about the best one.
I fucked up. What? You didn't see it coming? No, I did. I'm sorry. I fucked up.
It's okay, dude. It's okay.
I fucked that one up. That's my
It's
bad.
okay. I don't give a shit about Marvel enough to care.
No.
I've been tapped out of Marvel for a bit.
No, listen. It's all gonna come back. It's all gonna come back.
Yeah, you and me have talked about it, dude.
Chase. You know what I haven't seen from you lately in the group chat?
Ooh.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of messages.
A lot of messages about the box office because, here we go, jumping to a different topic. Chase, it seems like the summer movies are here now, and we have Bad Boys 4 and Inside Out 2 to thank for that? Bro, am I sleeping still? Am I dreaming? Or is this the reality we live in?
Oh, dude, I don't know, but I haven't really been paying attention.
Oh.
After Godzilla left theaters, I haven't been paying attention because I only compare it to those.
No, but you in the chat was like the Furiosa thing and all this shit, and Planet of the Apes.
I have never seen a Bad Boys movie, so I don't have any like notice to that.
Oh no, okay, no, I'm just saying like in terms of
but
like the box office, like is summer saved
yeah.
because of these.
I mean, I guess in terms of that, I mean, like, that's great. I'm glad that I'm that Inside Out and Bad Boys are doing good and stuff. I'm surprised Bad Boys is doing good after all this.
Same.
But I mean,
I didn't think Bad Boys was
because when Bad Boys for Life, the last one, was that what it was called? Bad Boys for Life? That came out in a January time set, and it made a lot of money. And January movies don't normally make money.
Yeah. No, I saw that last. I don't know if it was called For Life. I forget, but I watched that one at home. I watched it when it came out on VOD.
Yeah.
But this one's made money.
I tried watching one of the Bad Boys about a year ago, and I just was going through something, couldn't watch it. But it's not like I'm opposed to it. It's just I just haven't got into them. Like Beverly Hills Cop and stuff like that.
Well, that's different. Beverly Hills Cop is like really old. Like that's a different. But I think honestly,
making a new one of those, and I like Eddie Murphy. I just haven't watched it.
I think if you watch Bad Boys, I think you would be like, you know what, this shit is hysterical, because it is funny. I like Bad Boys 2 a lot. I really did.
I like Martin Lawrence. I do. I like Martin Lawrence. I think he is funny, but I just haven't seen much of it. But yeah, I mean, I think it's great that the box office for these movies is doing well. It's sad though that the unique IPs like Furiosa and stuff didn't do what was expected, and like Planet of the Apes and stuff. They're not doing what is expected, and that's what's sad. And it's just, I just wish that it still could have been an equal level playing field. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is due just because of having such a packed March and beginning of April. These movies just didn't have the people that needed that had the funds to see it. I don't know, but I'm just hopeful that it continues, because no one ever wants to see a movie flop. So and I really hope Deadpool and Wolverine does what they're expecting.
Bro, not only
hope it doesn't backfire.
No, not only do we want to see a movie flop, we don't want to see a season of movies flop, because then that means it's going to be the end of theaters. So I'm very happy that this rebound happened.
You're right.
Yeah, are we talking about Bad Boys 4?
Bad Boys 4 and Inside Out 2, yes.
It's doing good. They're doing good. That's good. So that just goes to show maybe Mad Max is more of a niche thing than they thought.
That's what I said.
Yeah, look, man, we've been saying it. People were panicking. It's the end of cinema. No, nobody gives a shit. It's okay.
But at the same time,
we'll see how these movies do that are coming out. I mean, I don't expect the movie they just dropped, The Beast Within, to make a lot of money, and when it's July 26th release date.
They don't have to make oodles of money, man. They just gotta make some money. Show that there's still interest.
I do think, though, putting a werewolf movie out in July is fucking stupid.
Stupid fucking idea.
Put it in October. Put anything monster related in October.
I agree.
Oh, speaking of that, Nosferatu Christmas. I'm just saying, I'm there day fucking one.
That looks fun.
Okay, I know. Brother Rob had put it in the chat.
Yeah.
When I got to it, I was like, "Oh shit, yes!" And I went on YouTube and I searched, and I was like, "Where the fuck is it?" Then I went to the thing, because I don't have Twitter. And then I clicked the Twitter link, and it was like, it kept like erroring out. And I'm like, what the fuck? So
I wrote it did that for me too. It got deleted.
And then Brother Chase done found it and posted it, and I watched it, and I've got to say, oh my God. Oh Dude. My God. The atmosphere of this movie. The way this movie is shot, the time frame, the timeline of it, the time frame, like this, and they didn't even show Nosferatu. They did not show Count Orlok, Dracula. I wonder if they call him Dracula in this. They probably won't.
No, they have to count. So, and I was saying this not only looks like a remake of Nosferatu, which again, you and me watched the German remake. That's such a good movie, dude. Yeah, such a good movie.
This looks like a remake of Werner Herzog's movie.
Yes. Not only that, but a fucking remake of Bram Stoker's Dracula in some of those scenes.
I see that.
straight was
I
like,
getting
that is,
vibe too.
yeah, and that,
like a
that is
huge
what's
hybrid.
brilliant. This is, oh, here we go, Spider-Man. I will be there for Nosferatu. Good.
Yeah, bruh. Yes.
Now we need a remake of Dracula Dead, and he's loving it.
I'll do that one.
You jerk.
It's gonna be a blaxploitation film, like back in the day where they had Black Dracula. That's a good movie.
That movie fucking killed me.
Blackula. That's a good
Blackula
movie.
and Blackula Return. Listen, man.
They're good.
They're solid movies for the time. Those are solid movies. Now, Blackenstein, not really. But Blackula, massive props. Massive props.
What's not? Nosferatu. I called the wifey drunk as shit last night, and I was like, it's on Christmas. Here's my Christmas present. You, the kids, your parents, after Chinese food, we're going to see Nosferatu on Christmas. That's my Christmas present. We're all gonna go watch that because I don't think there'll be a better Dracula / Nosferatu movie. I think this is it. From here, what the fuck are you gonna do, dude?
Dracula in Space Part 2.
Oh god, not again.
Yes, no, we gotta do, yes, Dracula in space. Because, now there's the sign. What if the ship orbits? I digress. That's a great idea. No, this Nosferatu.
Is it gonna be like Leprechaun in space?
What about
No, it's gonna be
Pinhead?
like Life Force, dude.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, that's a good movie. And speaking of Life Force, it's its anniversary today. Arrow shared it on Twitter, so happy birthday,
Is that
Toby
that
Hooper's
Ryan
Life
Reynolds
Force.
And Jake Gyllenhaal Aliens movie that came out, or is that Life?
No, that was Life.
That's Life. Life
Alive.
Force is a vampire. Yeah, Life Force is a vampire zombie movie that came out in the 80s from Toby Hooper, the director of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Poltergeist.
And Toby Hooper
That
is
sounds
also.
cool, but I've never heard of it.
Oh yeah, no,
look
Life
it up.
Force.
The girl's breast assists. The whole movie, you see those breast assists.
Well, I'm there. Count me in.
The 80s,
They're
baby.
great.
The 80s.
Dude, come on,
Oh!
gorgeous woman.
They need to make a vampire movie just about vampire titties that drink the blood from people.
Yeah,
they
that's
touch.
called Life Force. Go
Yeah.
watch it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Gam Z1. What's up, Beth?
Hello, everybody.
Yo, we did not do it yet. We've talked nothing but Star Wars for literally an hour and 25 minutes. And now we are an hour and 32 in.
Oh my.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's been... All right, real quick. What do you think of all the backlash for the Star Wars stuff? Especially with the Acolyte.
Well, if it's legitimate criticism like you guys have, then I'm perfectly fine with it. But if it's just, right-winged assholes just going, it's woke, and not even elaborating, then no, that doesn't add anything to the discussion. It's stupid.
That's fair.
Did you watch Star Wars Acolyte?
I haven't watched anything Star Wars the last, since the Rise of Skywalker.
Wow. Gam does
Smart
not
man.
have Disney Plus.
Well, neither do I, dude, but...
But there are ways to watch.
My buddy tried to get me to watch The Mandalorian, and it's like, it's cool, but I don't have a desire to go out of my way to watch it.
Okay, let me correct myself. The last Star Wars thing I watched was season 1 of The Mandalorian.
But season 1 did not end the way it needed to end. Season 2 has the... Was it? Wait. No.
Season 2 has Jar Jar Binks coming by in a pod racer. So
Wait, no.
Don't.
Season
Why do you say
2...
these things?
Season 2 had the best ending, right? It wasn't season 1.
yeah, Jar Jar Binks comes up in a pod racer.
No, it
I
was.
think it's season 2.
It
yeah.
was season 2. Yeah, see, dude, that was the best thing in the world. Season 2 was the best thing in the world. That ending of season 2, that was it. That was it. That was Star Wars.
Didn't the ending of season 2 lead into the first season of the Book of Boba Fett? Or was that the ending of season 3?
No, that was the end of season 2. but there's only like 1 or 2 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett that really work. And that's with Ahsoka and Luke and Grogu. And I'm like, yep. All that, please. Thank you. I think it was Book of Boba
that's
Fett.
fair.
But all right. Look, Gam Gam's here. Gam Gam, how long do we have you for?
All right, we got 10 minutes.
10 minutes. We could do this and we can get back to it later.
Do it.
Ultraman Rising on Netflix. What the fuck now? A week ago, before the movie even dropped on Netflix, Gam Gam's in the chat saying this could win an Academy Award for Best Animated Movie. And I'm like, what is he smoking? What is he talking about? There's no fucking way. I don't understand it. It does not look... And then on Father's Day, I sat down and I watched it by myself. Thank God. And I sat there and literal tears fell out my eyeballs. I wasn't bawling, but I was like, wow. That shit hit on a different level. Did not see it coming. And I'm an Ultraman fan. Did not see it coming. This movie is something special. But Gam Gams, I got all the time. You don't. Give me your review.
Oh, all right. All right. So Ultraman Rising might very well be my second favorite Ultraman thing behind Shin Ultraman. Like ever. The callbacks are fucking phenomenal. The animation is so goddamn good. It reminds me so much of Nimona. If y'all watched that on Netflix, it brings 3D animation, the traditional, not Spider-Verse style 3D animation, to like almost a crescendo with how great it friggin' is. Like that shot of Gigantron with the sun in the background, that's straight up out of Evangelion.
Oh, bro.
That was dope shit.
That gave me vibes of Kaneko doing Iris in the Moon. It was beautiful.
That too, yeah. Hell yeah. That was so good. And I loved... Everybody thought that Emmy was going to be, like, annoying. Because, baby kaiju and stuff like that.
Right.
But no, Emmy's the cutest thing in the world. She does the shit. She does the Godzilla dance. Right?
Yes!
It's so good.
Yes! That right there. I was like, wait, what? Let's go! Oh. So good.
Oh, and that little cartoon that she was watching, the theme song that she did, the shed too, that's actually a real Ultraman thing. Like, the deep cut references to Ultraman lore is, like... Let me preface. I enjoy the Netflix anime, but when it comes to the story of the son of Ultraman taking up the mantle, I feel like Kenji is so much better than... I even forget the name of the protagonist from the anime, from Iron Ultraman.
Don't hate. I still gotta watch the last season, though.
Same.
What's Ultraman?
Damn it, Chase!
He's a dude that goes big in silver and he punches monsters in the face. It's cool.
And he goes,
I like it.
Schwatch!
Sounds like Jet Jaguar.
Oh, he's better than Jet. He killed Jet Jaguar. I'll tell you right now. No, there was...
No, I love the angle with the KDF being like the bad guys this time.
Unbelievably.
Where Ultraman actually has to like face off against bad humans rather than just kaiju all the time. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I could go on. This movie, if this movie doesn't get at least nominated for Best Animation, that's just going to be a travesty, bro.
Yeah,
That'd be an L for animation everywhere.
At this point, you sit there and you look at it and you go, okay, what animated-wise has come out this year that is this good? Now, one can make a claim and say, well, look, Inside Out 2 right now is making stupid money. It's breaking box office records, and that's fine. That was one of my things. I'm like, don't they do, like, movies that come out in the theaters? And you were like, no, they got Netflix shit on there. I'm like, all right, cool. But in terms of just, like, the production, the everything about this movie really works. It, from start to finish, had me hooked. I'll put it like this. This movie is the best animated movie I've seen since not Beyond. What the last Spider-Verse movie.
Across the Spider-Verse.
This is literally right there with that movie. Like I could literally watch them back to back, and they both on Netflix. They're both on Netflix. But I could literally watch it back to back and be like, "Whoa, wow." The maturity of this movie is what really got me. Because I'm gonna watch this movie and I'm like, all right. And I'm frequenting some certain social media sites that I like and I respect, that love the Japanese culture. And I've seen their reviews and it's like, it's good, but it's just really kiddie. And I'm like, all right, I know what I'm in for now. All right. And I get it. Then I watch the movie and I start questioning this person's take on it. I'm like, this isn't kiddie at all.
Dude.
This is very mature. It's very mature.
It is. It's about fatherhood, man. Like the sweet little moments between Emmy and Kenji just made me go, do I want to be a dad?
I love that you keep calling him Kenji. I just call him Ken Sato because that's his name. He doesn't use the G anymore.
Oh.
He just calls himself Ken
That's
Sato.
true.
But
That's true, Ken. Yeah.
and even in that, and then I mean, the baseball thing. Let me tell you something. I have not loved baseball as much as I loved baseball in this movie. I'm a baseball fan. I'll watch it. Lately, I just like, all right, I'll watch whenever a game's on. But back in the day, I used to love baseball. But this one, it gave me this like kind of a rekindling of love for baseball. And it's not even a main focus of the movie, but it's like, yo, Ken Sato is this guy, right? Like this guy, he's the baseball player.
Yeah.
But he's also Ultraman. So if Ultraman gets bit on the shoulder, well then Ken Sato's shoulder's fucked up. And it's just like, I love that. I fucking love that. I was like, oh my God, because this dude has a day job.
Yes.
He has a day job.
True.
He's not just
We don't
fixing
see
pipes
very
or
many
doing some other
men
shit.
with day jobs.
No, we don't, man. They're always a part of a fucking kaiju.
Like the Science Patrol.
Right, a
yeah.
Science Patrol. And like you said, that's why I like that the KDF was legit the villains of this movie. And it's like, man, I can't lie. Like, and I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Spider-Man. Shin Ultraman is dope. I love that movie. Like seriously, it's my favorite Shin movie. But
Yeah.
this movie, man, like it just completely caught me off guard. And like you said, Games. Emmy wasn't played to be annoying.
No, not at all.
As I watched this movie, it really made me wish that my daughter was not going on 21. You know what I mean? Like I wish she was 2 again, not 21. Like this shit drove me crazy. I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is the type of movie I could sit down when she was like 3, 4, or 5. Watch this movie, and it's a perfect bonding experience, and it's so dope, and it's done perfectly. And everybody, I mean, like the entire cast of characters in this movie, from the father, the original Ultraman, like all of this shit just works. The motivation of the main villain, which I don't know. Oh, no, I'm lying. Did you peep that Dad had the Ultra 7 glasses on?
He did.
He did.
He did. That was a great reference. I also love Chase and friggin' JR. Do you guys care about spoilers? Have y'all seen it?
Nah, fucking spoil it, dude. I'm good.
All right.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not an Ultraman fan.
Until he
So,
comes
so
in.
the father-son Spacium Ray was straight up out of Dragon Ball. You don't tell me it wasn't.
That was so good. It was so good. It was so good.
Sorry, I said that.
Like, that was literally like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan against Cell kind of energy right there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was just a fantastic movie. I think it dropped exactly when it needed to drop. Like I said, I watched it on Father's Day, and yeah, I can't lie, man. I was like, I'm glad nobody's here to see this because I'm wiping my eyeballs. I'm like, this is really fucking good. And again, I'm not weeping, but I'm like, wow, this shit hitting on a level that got water coming out my eyeballs. What the fuck? And it was so
Yes.
good. And it's
Express
still
those depressed memories.
no, and it's
feelings.
crazy. And it's crazy because it stays true to Ultraman. Even though Ken is, in my opinion, the most different human host for Ultraman, and I'm only up to Nexus. So I'm pretty sure, there's a shit ton more, and maybe there's somebody like Ken Sato there. But for me, what I'm saying, this was the most human host for Ultraman because he didn't want to be a hero. He wanted to be a baseball player.
True.
And it was just like, he was so selfish until Emmy came into his life. And that was just, fucking chef kiss.
Wow.
Perfect.
Exactly. Like freaking even Cruz when we watched it, because I made him watch it with me.
But you had to.
He was like, how dare you keep on trying to push movies onto me that make me want to have babies with you. And I'm like, because, -1 was also about family and raising a child. So, the synergy between -1 and Ultraman Rising, coincidental as it may be, it works with the theme of family and all that.
And maybe that's why Netflix is the only fucking place where you can get -1 in English dub.
True.
That was the one thing at the very beginning, because I started watching this, I want to say last Friday. Yeah, it was a week ago. I started watching this last Friday at night after the live stream. I was already in. I just finished eating. I put on the first 5-10 minutes. And I was like, why can't I get a Japanese version with an English subtitle? Like, I want a Japanese dub with English subs. And I was upset with that. I can't lie. But I shut it off because I wasn't mentally ready to watch it because I was already inebriated. I was ready to go to bed. So then on Sunday, I was like, well, I've got plenty of time. I did what I needed to do. It's Father's Day. I'm left alone. I'm going to put it on. And I fucking loved the dub. I loved the movie. I was like, this works. On all levels, it works.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a fantastic movie. Like, honestly,
if you're not into Ultraman, I would still recommend the movie because it's just a good family superhero movie, bro.
and I've done that. Actually, true story, at work. I told one of my buddies at work, big anime fan, got a little son, and I said, yo, you should watch Ultraman. And he was like, nah, man, because, I forgot what reason he gave and shit. And I was like, no, listen to me. This shit is a bonding moment. Trust me when I tell you, watch this movie. It's got the action for the kid, and it's got the maturity for you. That's what the maturity of this movie. It was not a children's movie.
No.
Even though
No.
children can
The only
totally
thing
watch and
kiddish
enjoy
about
it.
it is the fact that it's the only thing kiddish about it is the fact that it's animated, and even then, that's just a stigma of the industry saying animation's for kids. Not all animation's for kids, bro.
And it's true. Now, this one knocked it out the park. And
Yeah.
I hope that Ken Sato becomes a mainstay of the Ultraverse. You know what I mean? I mean, fuck, you
Yes.
saw the bumper ending, right? You saw the bumper ending.
I did.
I
I
thought,
did.
and again, oh God, spoilers. I thought Mom would be on Monster Island.
I did too.
But when I heard the transmission from Planet of
Yeah.
Light,
Space, yeah.
I was like, oh my fucking God. Now that's my biggest concern. We don't
What
know.
are they cooking?
Right, we don't know how the Netflix metrics work. That's what I'm worried about.
But it's also, from what I saw, like a couple of people on Twitter and stuff, it's somewhere in theaters too.
Oh wow. I honestly, I'd go see this shit in the theaters. I'd go tomorrow. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna watch it. I enjoyed this movie that much. I straight up pay for it. I'd pay for it. If Netflix was
It
to
would be
drop
cool
this,
if they had a Zone Fighter revival in the animated and show a Godzilla pop up again.
or
I
or
would love that.
or Godzilla Ultima.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. But anyways, just wrapping it up because now I'm 5 minutes past when I'm supposed to be going back in. I really love this movie, and I hope everybody listening or who listens to this after the fact, after we're done recording, go watch it. Go on Netflix. If it's in your local theater, go support it. Go to the theater, go see it.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
I can't disagree with that. I literally enjoyed the shit out of this movie where I was like, fuck, 10 out of 10. Gang Gams, thanks for joining us for your break. I appreciate it. Tell your bosses, don't fire you.
Indeed.
Say
And,
family
if y'all are
emergency.
Still,
Family
still
emergency.
around podcasting when I get off in a couple hours, I'll rejoin.
All right. Later, Gam.
See
You have a good one.
Gam Z1, everybody. We got the Ultraman Rising review out of the way. Although I could talk about that shit for another 20 minutes, I'm not going to because Brother Chase and Brother JR have not seen it, nor do they care to see it. We're not going to keep going. But I'll tell you, it's definitely worthwhile. It really is. It's, again, I was on that side of this shit ain't going to be good. I'm going to watch it because it's Ultraman. And at the end of the day, I was like, good God almighty. That was fantastic.
Watch it because I might watch it because it's animated and it sounds like it's something that's not continuing from a saga that's existed.
Yep, no. This is its
It's
own
its own
thing.
beast.
It's its own beast, and it's in English dub. There's no Japanese version.
I mean,
it's so good.
it's not like I dislike Ultraman or hate Ultraman. I just have never ever gotten into Ultraman.
Same here. I own the first series. I own it. I've watched it. It's just never clicked. Shin Ultraman, I want to watch. I still haven't got around to it because everyone's telling me about.
Anything with the word Shin in it, I refuse.
Well, to be fair, I own Shin Ultraman as a figure and Shin Gomez, which is just Shin Godzilla with extra fluff.
Shin Godzilla, what he evolved into after his Han Solo phase.
Yeah, right. It's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, the thing, growing up, it just wasn't one of the things. All of the kaiju I'm into have been because of my father, and so Gamera, Godzilla, all of that. If I wasn't shown it at a young age, like shit, I'm even into Voyage into Space, Johnny Sacco and his robot. You know, stuff my dad showed me. I was never shown Ultraman, so I just, I was into Gorgo, I was into Reptilicus, I was into, most
Keep
of
it
the
coming.
Ray Harryhausen films.
I'll keep it coming.
Yeah, I just was, and my dad never showed me Ultraman, so I just was, never really into it.
Yeah. So I want to do a little side tangent, kind of not really a tangent, side thing that happened at work earlier this week. I had a coworker. We get along great. He's awesome. He asked me, name 5 dinosaur movies, but not their sequels. So, of course, I did Jurassic Park. He's like, okay, Carnosaur. He's like, what's that? I'm like, Carnosaur, Roger Corman. He's like, okay, like The Land That Time Forgot. And I just kept, even after the 5 kept going, I'm like, I'll do 15. Just all of these dinosaur movies. And he's like, I never knew these existed. Even the Toho one, where they used the suit from the movie, oh my God, what was it? It's half animated, half suitmation with dinosaurs that Emperor Tyrannus, and they try to destroy Attack of the Super Monsters.
Oh God, no.
Love that movie.
No.
It's so bad.
What? There's Ultraman scenes in that movie, right?
I know. But I was naming all of these movies, and I just kept going. He's like, holy fuck. I'm like, don't ever open this can of worms with me. Like, I will
Reminds me
just
how-
name you movies, and he didn't know what Carnosaur was. I'm like, it's a Roger Corman movie. He's like, who's Roger Corman?
Ah,
There's 8 hours in a workday. I don't have the time.
real quick. Way off topic, but at the same time on topic. Rest in peace, Donald Sutherland. Thank you for everything. Seriously.
Yep.
And I know everybody will think quickly on Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but in all honesty, if it wasn't for that, I would not know who you were. But for the love of God, thank you, Donald Sutherland. Like
A legend.
a legend.
A true legend.
Legit. When I found out yesterday he passed, my wife told me. We were sitting upstairs. I was cooking dinner, right? We were sitting there. I was having a beer. She was having mine. She goes, oh my God, Donald Sutherland died. I'm like, wait, what? No. You sure he wasn't replaced?
Right?
But I digress.
Well, it's funny because the guys at work, they were like, oh yeah, the guy who played Snow in the Hunger Games. I'm like, you mean the main character from Invasion of the Body Snatchers? That's okay.
He's been in 1,000 other movies, and right now I feel
he
terrible,
has.
but Invasion of the Body Snatchers is that one that at least for me, I was like, that's how I recognize him.
Remember, full circle, we both had Invasion of Body Snatchers, top 10 alien horror movies.
Because it's that
Right there.
good. And because it is that good. In that remake. And again,
Species is the best alien movie. Species
is good.
alien
It didn't make my top 10.
No, I can't get into all the Species movies. They got old after a while.
Yeah, well, 2 is excellent.
it's Species is like watching Mimic. It's like, wait, what?
Yo,
What?
don't downplay Mimic.
Freestyle Fiasco on a Friday night. That's what I'm talking about, people. Like, we just going for broke. Here we go. We're talking about old 90s movies. Species, Mimic. Let's go.
Well, dude, we knocked out. Like, we hit our points. Now it's the free balling. It's the free game. Yo, to be
Freestyles.
quite frank, the original Mimic movie, I liked. My brother fucking loved it. He loved that series so much so my grandma bought it for him on VHS. I wish those tapes still existed. Lost them long ago. But it was just so funny how it never clicked with me. And then I revisit it later. I'm like, this Mimic movie, it's bad, but it's good bad, you know? It's like cockroaches that... Okay.
Is Mimic...
I'm okay.
Mimic is Guillermo del Toro.
Not sure. Let me look that
Dude,
one
I'm
up.
telling you.
Curious.
It was not, it is a because Phantoms was
It is Guillermo del Toro.
Aha, leave it to G1 to remember that bullshit. I'm
This
a
guy
geek.
knows his
I'm
shit,
a geek.
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a geek, god dang it. Yeah, that was Guillermo del Toro. I watched recently, and by recently I mean about 3 years ago, Mimic Sentinel. That one was creepy as fuck. Because that shit looked like a man until it was a cockroach. And I was like, oh my God. Dude, that shit's crazy.
No, those were good movies. But yeah, it's interesting because sometimes during the work week, they try not to include me because I throw the random shit out there that no one's heard of. But they do like, hey, top 5 whatever movies. Name me
Let's not forget
10 of this.
The Fly.
Hey, listen, you want to talk about The Fly?
Oh.
Which one?
Oh.
Are you talking about the Vincent Price The Fly? Or are you talking about the Jeff Goldblum The Fly? We're not talking about The Fly 2, the remake Fly 2. There's too many
I didn't know
flies.
there was that many of the flies.
Yeah, there's like 3
I only
black
saw
and
the
white
one with
ones.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, no, there's
Yeah,
like
there's
3
three
black and white ones, and then there's The Fly with Jeff Goldblum, and then The Fly 2. Who did oh my god, the fucking
Not Roger Corman. David
Cronenberg.
Yeah, Cronenberg did that. Fantastic. Cronenberg, much respect. He is still the king of body horror.
King of body horror. And look, in all honesty, if I'll be honest, I hate that fucking remake of The Fly. Not because it's a bad movie. Not because it's a bad movie. It's a fantastic movie. It's because I get sick every time I watch it. As an adult, as a grown-ass, almost 50-year-old, I want to throw up. I'm like, I can't watch this fucking movie. That movie makes me sick, so I fucking hate it for that. but I can't
Yeah.
deny the greatness that it is. I mean, look, it took me a long ass time to watch the fucking Blob remake, because that movie literally made me sick in the movie theaters. Like,
And that's
I
also a Cronenberg movie, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't. No way. No,
Let me look it up, because
No, I don't think the Blob 88 is Cronenberg. It might be, but I don't think it is. No.
I wanna make sure.
No, the Blob.
Oh god!
1988.
Because
There
if
we go.
it isn't, I'm surprised. Nope, Russell Chuck. Okay, Russell Chuck.
Whoever that guy is, but yeah. It's
I
definitely,
don't know. Fantastic job. We've talked about that movie before on my
that,
channel.
That movie is nasty, bro. Nasty.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
I love it. I bought it. I bought the anniversary collection. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's got to go there. That movie made me sick in the theaters. It's got to go up there.
So speaking of collections, Father's Day passed. Wife and me went to her parents' house to have the barbecue, and we're sitting there. Her dad, big horror movie fan. Him and me always talking about horror. Dude, it's gonna be like you and me. I swear to God, it's gonna be like talking to her dad. Like we the same. So we're gonna be talking horror movies. We were talking horror movies. We landed on a series we never watched, either of us. The Stepfather series.
Oh, God, no.
We binged all three of those on Father's Day. Yo, we had a blast. The first two, some damn good movies. The third one, shit. It has its moments, but they're good movies. What better on Father's Day to have the wifey's kids sitting there staring at me while we're watching The Stepfather? That shit was gold. They kept looking up like, keep acting up. That's what's going to happen. It was fucking awesome. He was enjoying it. That's some good Father's Day right there.
That's,
Should have put on The Godfather.
yeah, I'm like, I'd rather watch Ultraman Rising. That was a good Father's Day movie for the love of Christmas.
Listen, the Stepfather movies, they're not perfect, but they're good movies, dude, for what they
I'd
are.
rather watch King Kong Lives, where he protects his son.
Hey, let's do
Oh.
it, bro. Let's fucking watch King Kong Lives, man. I love that movie. I'm gonna buy it for y'all. I own it.
Never seen it.
What?
You haven't seen King Kong Lives?
No, I remember.
Okay, the ending to that movie makes me so emotional. I get sad.
I know what happens. I know what happens in the movie. I remember seeing the VHS in Blockbuster, and I was gonna rent it, but it was like right next to Godzilla versus the Sea Monsters, so I grabbed that, and I never looked back. I think I was like 9.
All right.
King Kong Lives is not a bad movie by any merit.
So
It's a good movie.
I was 7 years old when that movie came out. Maybe I was
See,
7 going on 8 when that movie came out, and I remember my uncle taking us to go see that movie, and we get to the theater in the middle of the movie. So we go in, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. All I know is King Kong eating an alligator. And then
Yeah.
the movie ends, and I'm like, okay, I guess it's time to go. And he's like, yeah, we're not going nowhere. And he sends my aunt to get more popcorn and soda, and we sat there, and then the movie started up, and then we watched the entire movie.
Oh, that's nice.
The 80s, baby. The 80s. You could get away with that bullshit in certain places.
I miss that shit so much,
Was
dude.
that back then they charged 10 cents a seat?
Probably. I don't know. I didn't pay for it, bro.
I'm gonna bring this up. Tell me if you guys feel the same way. Because this is
don't.
something that was discussed at work this week. I miss video stores.
Oh, I miss them too.
I miss Blockbuster. I miss Hollywood. My
Wow.
review of Silent Hill 4 on my channel, I straight up talk about how I rented that game for the first time played it. I rented it from Hollywood Video. I miss those stores.
You can go to an FYE, buy a movie, and then return it after you watch it, and they'll give you store credit, and you can just use that on another movie.
Oh, wow.
It's not the same because you walked into a Blockbuster, Hollywood Video Memories was the last one I went to. Within the last fucking couple of years, they closed their doors finally. And it's a different feel, man. It is.
The different feel
It
is when
definitely were better times back then, for sure.
it's different for me. There was no Blockbuster when I started going to video stores.
Oh, yeah.
again, I said this story a million times. My father went to Pegasus Video. I'll never forget this shit. We bought a VCR. The first movies we watched on it was Pinocchio and Terror of Mechagodzilla. That's why that's my fucking... Bro, you cannot talk any shit about that movie, because I will
It's a
kill
good
you.
movie,
I'll
dude.
come and kill
It's a
you.
good movie.
I'm gonna knock on your door. Hello, are you talking shit about Terror of Mechagodzilla? Yes, I am. I break your neck. I love that fucking movie. That's not true. I'm not gonna break your neck. What do you think I am?
Listen, that's
What do you
the
think
first
I
thing
am?
I'm gonna say to
What
you
do you
now.
think I am? A
So-
Disney Star Wars executive?
So-
No. Not
So
gonna-
fun, quick little story here is that when I went and got allergy tested as a kid,
Yeah.
they let me bring a movie, and the movie I decided to watch was Terror of Mechagodzilla.
Oh my god,
because
dude.
it's perfection. But
And they
I'll,
pricked my back with syringes to test what I was allergic to.
ooh,
To be fair, Terror of Mechagodzilla is a good movie.
it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I mean,
Yeah.
for the love of God.
Especially seeing cyborg lady boobs.
Yeah, and I
Listen.
never seen it was like, oh my God, there's a robot Godzilla. What the fuck is this? I never knew that there was a movie before that. It's in the opening credits, but I'm like, what is this? Why is this? This is insane. But I digress. Y'all miss Blockbuster and all that shit. That was 10 years after I was in a video store. Pegasus Video had a red plastic bag with the Pegasus logo, Pegasus Video
Oh,
on
that's
it.
so
And
good.
I'll never forget. I swear to God, the owner's name was Sal. Sal was the fucking man. Again, Pegasus Video, Sal. He knew I was a Godzilla freak since I was little. Just go in there. Then my cousin's working in there. I go in there one time, because my cousin's in there, and he's like, I got something for you. I go, what? And he puts on Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 93 at the end. And I'm like, what is this? What is that? What? I was at a loss for fucking words. It's subtitled. It's, it's not in English. It's 93, 94. It's 94. I'm in here watching this shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I had no idea. I knew about Biollante. Right? Did I? Yes. No, I did. So I'm lying. It was after 94. This had to be 95. About 95.
Oh, shit.
When I saw
was
it.
born,
Yeah. This is when I saw it I was like, what the fuck is this? Because my brother rented Biollante and was like, yo, Godzilla's fighting a giant rose. Shut up. That's stupid. No, I swear to God, it's on the box. Shut up. You're lying. He brings it home. We watch it. I go, oh my God. What the fuck? Is this the sequel to Godzilla 1985? It is. Greatest thing that ever happened to me. I'll never forget it.
So, the reason I bring it up is a good friend of mine, coworker. I love this guy. Checking out all my videos. As soon as they drop, he texts me. He's like, yo, it's a good video. Yo, it's a good video. Yo, you're slamming them, dude. You're funny. This guy straight up hits me with the hard shit. He's like, you miss video stores? I'm like, yeah, dude, of course. And he's like, this is what I miss about video stores. I'm like, lay it on me. He's like, you weren't fed what the services feed you. You had the freedom to choose whatever the fuck you wanted. I was like, don't you give me that. And I was like, oh God, it makes sense.
No, it
because
don't.
not everything you want to watch is on Netflix or Max or Prime Video or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, you hit me with that hard shit, dude.
Okay, but no. Again, practically living in a video store that predates Blockbuster.
Yeah.
You didn't have everything either, and Blockbuster in Hollywood
Well, I understand
did
that.
not
I'm
have
just-
everything. So it's the same model. It's the
I'm just
same
saying,
model.
like the Blockbuster, because the Blockbuster, you paid a fee every month. You got to rent your movies, and it was unlimited pickings. Whereas you pay your fee for Netflix, you ain't getting on. You're getting what's on there, and that's where he was hitting me.
No. I'm sorry. That's exactly the same thing. That's exactly the same thing, because you pay whatever you pay a month, and you're getting what's on Netflix. You pay whatever you pay a month, and you're getting whatever's in the store. It's the same
To be
thing.
fair, I remember my Blockbuster Hollywood video. There was a lot of fucking and games.
Okay, and games, but
Yeah, that shit.
But to me, that argument is null and void, bro. I'm sorry. I definitely
I'm just gonna say, listen,
I'm
I go
all
to
for it. You're
Blockbuster.
30,
with
I'm not.
Caligula. Caligula's not on Netflix.
But it's on Amazon. So what are we
Yeah,
waiting
but you
for?
gotta pay, and I wasn't gonna pay, so I just went to a nefarious service before I popped that.
But my point is, if
It's
you were in
funny
a
you
video
say that
store,
because I just read this article that said Sydney Sweeney got caught pirating Law and Order on an illegal website.
what? No.
It's so funny.
What? What? No way.
You're pirating Law and Order when it's on TV and reruns
Dude,
back to back, and you got in trouble pirating.
What are you talking about? Sydney Sweeney was in the best fucking superhero movie of this year, Madam Web.
Madam Web? Was it Madam Web?
Yeah, it was
Christine
Madam Web. It was Madam Web. That's a terrible movie. Terrible. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Like I watched it because I heard it was so bad, and I was like, it's got to be so bad it's good. No, it's not good. It's just bad. It's so bad.
It's bad. It's bad. It's very, very bad.
Chase, let me ask you, do you blame the actors or do you blame the writers for bad shit?
I think it depends the context, because there are actors that will give their best no matter what role they're given. And then there are actors who will have a script that have no ambition for what they're acting in. They're just taking a paycheck. So it's kind of like 50-50 with that. But I think at the end of the day, if you are a writer writing a script and you're giving a specifics to an actor, it's all on you. That's also a thing too, because if a writer writes something that's really well and it's given to a great actor, they can pull that. Normally, they'll pull that off. But there have been times when great writing has happened and given to an actor where the actor is just not perfect for that part. So I think I don't know. I don't know where it really falls upon with that. I think it comes down to, I think in that sense it comes down to the actor, because if they can recognize what they're given and they can take what's been written for them into a place where that's worked very well, then that's great.
Oh, you mean like Bruce Campbell?
I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know who Bruce Campbell is?
No, I know who Bruce Campbell is, but I get him mixed up with what's his name, Max Dillon or Matt Dillon or whatever his name is.
Get it together, dude.
Yeah, Matt Dillon and Bruce Campbell, they're the same.
No.
So yeah, I don't know where I really stand on that, Ray, because I can see it being a multiple thing. But I think if I have to go with the majority of it, I think when you are an actor and if you don't feel like you are up to the role given to you, you can reflect on that in your enthusiasm very, very, very strongly. And I think that comes down to the actor at the end of the day. I think at the end of the day, no matter what, the actor can take with what they're given and they can build upon it and stuff. But again, that's another thing where actors can be like, can we change something from the script to make it better? And they can say no. So I don't know where I stand on that, man. That's a tough one.
Well, sorry I threw that arrow out there. No.
You know what the problem is?
Well, I could have given you my answer tomorrow.
Motherfucker, I swear to God.
Wait till
You're
next
keeping
week.
that shit going for 2 weeks.
Oh, dude, for sure.
No, and that's the thing is, I asked that because I saw something the other day in regards to the Acolyte, and it was like, the person I was watching was saying they're tired of hearing, well, it's not the actor's fault, it's the writer's fault. And then this person was like, no, if the actors are actors, they know what they're getting themselves into. I don't feel that. I don't feel that because I look at something like The Last Jedi.
I feel like with the Acolyte, it's due to who picked the actors.
So let me give my take on that. An actor's job is kind of like a double entendre, right? There's two sides to the coin. For one, they're there to do a fucking job.
Right.
They're hired to do a goddamn job and they're going to do it. But that's the other side of the coin. It's up to them on whether or not how good they do the job. For instance, Kylo Ren carried the sequel trilogy on his shoulders, or Adam Driver. We all know it. He was chugging that shit along. Everyone's on his back, and he's like, I'm a tank. I'm going to have a career after this. And he did.
Who is we all know it?
We all know. Dude, Adam Driver.
Adam Driver, to me, in that movie, in those movies, he knew. Yeah, nah, this shit ain't real. This shit ain't for me.
But that's the thing.
He plowed
He knew
through
it wasn't, but he still did his fucking job, and he did it professionally, and he acted his ass off. You can't sit here and tell me that motherfucker didn't give 110% for what he was given.
And I think he did 85.
Well, The Rise of Skywalker, 85,
No,
definitely.
I know. I think from The Last Jedi on, it was 85.
You think so?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
And I'm not hating on him because I do love him.
No. I'm just saying.
But he was a brat, bro. He was like a cornball. He was like, oh, he was a crybaby, and I'm like, nah, man, what are we doing? What is this?
Listen,
You're a Sith.
I swear to God.
You're a Sith.
Kylo Ren
Man
retrospective.
the fuck up,
We'll get
son.
there.
No, he was a
We'll
black
get there.
ass. You're a Sith. Man the fuck,
Yeah, you're right. He's a
turned to
conflicted.
Darth Vader,
Listen,
he ain't do
we
that.
will get into how he is a better Anakin Skywalker later. That is not for this.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me here today on the 13th week that we have live streamed that in 2 weeks we're gonna get into who's a better Anakin Skywalker?
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
Live?
Write that shit down.
Are you really?
You write that shit down, dude.
Do you really want that smoke? Is my question.
We're gonna be slapping each other's chests, brother.
Do
We're
you-
gonna be drunk, slapping it. We gotta be watching
really
that movie, so I'll be like,
want
I told you.
That smoke, or should I say Snoke?
I want it.
Because I'm going to
I
give it
want
to you.
that Snoke, dude.
Are,
Oh, it's
listen,
beautiful.
Listen, the only thing going back to Idaho is eyeballs and an asshole. That's it. That's it.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to murk you.
I'm
You
just
have
saying,
no idea
you might
what
be a
just
little
unleashed.
smoked by the time I leave.
Listen, the only thing smoked is going to be the ribs. But I digress.
Yeah, yours.
Yeah, all right. You're in deep shit. There's no fucking.
Oh, dude, I'm just saying. Back
Kylo
to the
Ren
task at hand.
is
That's a side one.
giant-
That's a side one.
Oh my god.
We'll get there.
Oh my
But all
God.
I'm saying is, you
Ladies and
gotta
gentlemen, in
sell
2
it.
weeks, the live stream starts at like fucking 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, dude, yeah.
13,000 hours.
You gotta sell it. You gotta sell it. And if you can't sell it because whatever reason you're not invested, whatever, and you're just cashing out, I get it. And there's where that double-edged sword kind of thing. You know, you gotta sell it, but it is a job. Your job's to sell it. If you can't sell it because you're not invested based off of what's given to you, does that make you a good actor or not? That we've seen some of the greatest actors of all time sell it. For instance,
That's not the question.
whatever the fuck his name is in Transformers: The Last Night, the old dude that was Van Helsing and Bram Stoker's Dracula. Also, he was Anthony Hopkins. He sold his part in The Last Night because he's a seasoned, great actor. He was there to do a job, and he did his fucking job.
That
he did
dude
it
spoke
perfect.
lines.
And it,
He spoke
but I'm
lines.
saying, that is a shit movie. He still fucking delivered 100%.
He played Odin. He did exactly what he did as
And
Odin.
he did it fantastic job at playing Odin, but none of the Thor movies except not Ragnarok, Love and Thunder are shit. The other ones, I don't know. I just watched Ragnarok and the original. I didn't watch Dark
I don't
Elves.
even think he's in Love and Thunder. I think he's already dead.
Yeah, he died in Ragnarok. He just pieced the fuck out. He's like, I'm done with this
Yeah, he
shit.
was like,
I'm
"Peace
retired.
out."
But I think it's definitely a double-edged sword. It depends on the actor because the greatest actor can work. The greatest can work through a bad script. We've
Did you just
seen
do
it
an
happen.
Uncle Joey hand expression with cut it out? From Full
Huh?
House? Ray did cut it out. He cut scissors and pointed backwards. And Uncle Joey on Full House does that.
I don't know what Full House is.
Cut it out.
Yeah.
Cut it out. Yeah, I know what you're talking about,
Oh
Chase.
my
I know what
God,
you're talking
we're
about.
doing this.
Cut it out.
But
Yo,
I
I
just
learned
think-
that shit from Full House.
And that's the thing, like, bad scripts, man. Now, what does hurt an actor is a bad production. And that's what we see, for instance, with Alien 3. There's a lot of bad production behind that. The actors acting their asses off, they're due to do a job, and none of us can sit here and say the actors in Alien 3 didn't do their job.
I can.
You could, though,
I can.
really tell.
Yep, I can. Newt didn't do the job.
Well, she wasn't in Alien 3. She was,
She was. No,
in
she was.
bits and pieces because, you know.
She was in it. She was in it. She didn't do a job.
Yeah,
She didn't do a job.
it's true, dude. Just
Terrible,
listen, be a
terrible writing.
corpse. Be a man.
Terrible writing. Terrible writing. Right off the bat.
It's
Right
ter-
off the
it's
bat.
terrible.
Apparently,
But that's
apparently
Fox,
Hicks,
man.
apparently Hicks was supposed to be in it too.
No,
Listen.
no. That wasn't Hicks though. That was another soldier.
An android.
No, it wasn't an android. It was like some random soldier because in the comic books they found that that fucking escape pod, and
Yeah.
they brought Hicks out, and Hicks was like, "What's going on?" No, and he fucking hits some dude into his pod. The thing closes and the guy falls asleep. So when the Alien 3s happens, that beam that's thrusted through Hicks's chest, it's not
even Hicks.
It's not even Hicks.
And Hicks is alive in Alien Colonial Marines, the game, and that game is the most canon to all the movies.
I
we
swear to
have.
God, no. Fuck off. Self-titled comic book series, the prequel to Alien Earth War. Hicks and Newt, for some reason, have romantic chemistry and
That's
bang.
terrible.
But it's still a good goddamn sequel to Aliens.
No, that was terrible. That
Hicks
made me
and
angry.
Newt
That's
get
good, dude.
together? That is
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
weird.
it's
But
bad.
the Aliens Colonial Marines comics as well. Dude, come on. That's some good. Why haven't they made games off of that? Those comics is good.
Because nobody wants to see a fish xenomorph but you.
You don't like that xenomorph. That's badass, dude.
Right, it was pretty cool. I can't lie. I was
Yeah.
like, that's pretty cool. But at the same
Down
time,
in the swamp on top of the fucking what you call it, that the fucking Bradley, we'll just use that, the Bradley, and the fish xenomorphs are all trying to get him. That's badass.
the problem was the cult. Those weird
Oh,
ass.
get rid of that shit.
Yeah,
That's
that shit was
stupid.
terrible. That shit was terrible. You take that out.
I
Until
like the
then, it was
Crusher.
brilliant.
I like the Crusher from Colonial Marines.
Oh yeah, that's good. I like different xenomorph takes. You know, not the traditional, the Crusher, like you were saying. I like that shit. It's just like, yeah, it bred with an alien rhinoceros, like an Alien versus Predator, the original comic. I'm just saying.
Oh, listen. I mean, what was the company putting out alien toys back in the day? Kenner. Dude, I got like 5 of those. I got the scorpion alien. I got the bull alien. I
Yeah.
got the queen, obviously. I got the regular.
Speaking
fucking-
of that,
Well, in one of the AVP books I
got
have,
the
a
snake.
xenomorph gets on a T-Rex, and they make a T-Rex xenomorph.
oh yeah,
Yeah, let's do that. Jesus Christ. That just means that that fucking. That just means that the AVP. Ugh, God, I can't.
I don't want to talk about that movie, dude. The comics are good.
I
Leave.
can't. I can't.
No one talks
That
about
just
the
means that the fucking xenomorph has been on Earth before human. But yeah, no.
No, it's stupid.
No.
Listen,
In the AVP book, it was a different planet that had
Why, no.
dinosaurs on it.
that had dinosaurs on it? Which one was
that's
that?
dope, dude.
Yeah, and dinosaurs on it.
That's dope.
Shit, that's not the ones I read. Fuck. Shit. No.
Oh, dude,
I
think, dude, I swear to God. So when I originally started getting into comic collecting, it was aliens. And it was when I was like 15, 16. I have about 100 Aliens and Alien versus Predator comics. I just went ape shit. My parents were like, we moved you here to Texas. Buy what you want. I bought a shit ton because Alien versus Predator 2010 came out and I was all into it, dude. Good game. Good game.
Oh, the game. Okay.
Yeah, the game. And I was all about the game. I just started buying these fucking comics and I have them, dude, mint condition. I've read these fuckers once. So good. I have literally an entire shelf. I have a closet for all my manga and comics. One entire shelf for Aliens comics. And I've doubled them up in the sleeves because there's so many.
You read them now, you're going to be like, oh, God, this is terrible.
Now, I do remember, minus the cult shit with Aliens Colonial Marines, it was a damn good read. I like the art style. I like the story that they were doing. And it's something that they should really do more of.
Yeah, that was the problem I had with the movies. They did not go with whatever the books did or whatever Dark Horse did. They was
And
just
the
like,
games.
fuck it, let's go.
Remember, there were 4 Alien versus Predator games with Colonial Marines in them.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that. Especially since it took place on Earth in present day.
No, see, if you're going to do Aliens on Earth, Aliens Earth War, that story's good.
It's not. It's not. It's the concept is there.
All it takes is one xenomorph, dude.
The concept is there, but the fucking dude, I
The
literally I read that last
execution.
year. It's that shit.
You know what you do?
I don't know. Maybe if I read it when it came out, it would have been a different story. But that one, I was like giving a hard look at Dark Horse, like, yo, why didn't you just do more Godzilla shit, bro? What the
No, you know what you do, dude? This is what you do. Remake Dawn of the Dead in movie form.
Did you say Dawn of the Dead?
But with aliens.
Did he just say Dawn of the Dead?
Dawn of the Dead, the remake. Pandemonium, what the fuck's going on? Xenomorphs. And you're like, what the fuck are these things? You can set it in the future, of course. Do that. Jump cut 5 years into the future so we don't have to have the whole apocalypse shit with the aliens. And they're just taking over Earth. And it's just survivors, scavengers on Earth trying to just fucking get basic food. Because the xenomorphs impregnate every living organism. That's all you gotta do.
I don't like the idea of Earth because I just feel like that's way too high stakes.
I agree.
What? Because that's the point. Earth's gone. These are just the survivors after the apocalypse.
Yeah, but the way you're saying it, there should be no survivors.
Well, yeah, of course. That's the whole point of the alien species is it takes over. But
So
in
then
that same vein,
what's the story?
humanity, hear me out. Humanity's already expanded to different planets. We've been terraforming different planets. It's not the end of humanity. It's the end of Earth. That's okay.
The reality is, if aliens existed on Earth and took over Earth, you wouldn't have any survivors at all.
That contradicts aliens.
There wouldn't be any way for survivors to exist if aliens
That's the
took over.
point. It's a depressing, dark survival movie with aliens.
But that's
Horror
the thing,
through and through.
You wouldn't be able to have that. The xenomorphs.
Absolutely.
It's not like the xenomorphs can't penetrate anything.
No, wait,
They will
Chase.
find who they will get to.
Chase, hang on a second. Because even Alien establishes that there are colonies out there in space of humanity. So if Earth was to be smothered by the xenomorph, that's one thing. There's still humanity out in the solar system.
That's what I'm saying. That's just the end
what,
of
we're gonna
Earth, dude.
nuke them?
That's just Earth
What are we gonna
war.
nuke the bastards like Independence Day? Like, I don't know, man. Like,
No, because you can. Hear me out with that. Because we've done it with that shitty game. We know what happens when radiation and the xenomorph combine. They're radioactive xenomorphs that's just gonna around. It's okay.
You talking colonial marines?
I'm talking, let's go batshit. Let's take this idea. But I'm gonna let you guys argue. I'll be right back.
I'm not arguing with Chase. I'm agreeing with him.
I know.
He's absolutely right. Well, I did argue a bit, but it's not an argument.
But I'm just saying, like, the concept's there. But I'll be right back. My dinner showed up. I guess.
Yeah, his dinner showed up. He's got to pee. He's been drinking. But no, Chase, like, when it comes down to, like, Alien and that franchise, I agree. I don't like the idea of them trying to just, like, smother Earth. But at the same time, we have been examining the stars. Like, we've been out there. The only way that can get here is, one, AVP is real, where the Predators drop them off here, which I hate. Because I'm pretty sure there's better game out in the universe that they can, drop eggs on that planet and let the face huggers turn, I don't know, a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex on another planet into a xenomorph. That is worthy of a hunt. Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Could you imagine?
But that's the thing is, like, with them saying that the xenomorphs are the predator's favorite prey, like I just find that hard to believe.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that too, because, I mean,
the thing is like, I like the Alien versus Predator movies. I don't have issues with them. I mean, they could have been better, but they weren't like, I mean, I didn't hate them, but I just feel
you were
like
also young.
There are some things that. What's that?
You were also young, so that nostalgia just fills you. Because trust me, those movies.
I watched Alien versus Predator last month and liked it.
No. I get that. What I'm saying is, when you saw them, it hit you on another level. Where now in that brain
right.
stuff, you love those movies.
And the thing is, growing up now and getting more into the alien stuff and everything, watching those movies, I can say, like, yeah, this stuff does not make sense. It's backwards. It should not have. The canonical part of it is very strange and stuff, but I think what I would do is I would finally have them go to the Predator planet and have that be an Aliens in a type of movie where the people stumble upon it and get hunted by Predator on his own world. And there could be aliens there if you wanted, I guess. But
no, I like that. I like that.
I know the planet Ryashi from the Dark Horse books. There's supposed to be dinosaurs and stuff on it, so that would be cool to see.
No, I like what you're saying, because I thought, I mean, you look at Predators, right? And
yeah,
they show different aliens on that planet. They should have been one of those things where they pop humans, any kind of species, and then drop the xenomorph eggs. And that's how you get your AVP movie on a fucking different planet. Where it works. Where it works.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Can we talk real quick about how good Predators is? I like the third Predator movie, and it's kind of my favorite Predator movie.
Well, that's because you're wrong, and you're dumb, and I love you.
It's damn good. Come on, Dad. It's so good.
No, it's not. No, it's good. It is
so
good. It is good. No.
It's damn good.
It's the third best Predator movie.
I think it's my favorite, not because I dislike the first or second. I really do love them. It just hit for me, like, it really hit. It was the first Predator movie I got to see in fucking theaters, for Christ's sakes.
Same.
On a military base, which was weird.
That's
I
crazy.
saw AVPR in theaters.
Really?
Yeah, Alien vs. Predator Requiem. That came out before Predators.
That's a movie? First time hearing of that.
What?
Explain what Alien versus Predator bad movie is.
Listen, it's better
It's
than
this movie about these aliens are in this predator ship, and ship crashes on Earth.
Whoa.
And they start infecting the planet, and so the planet decides that they're gonna nuke Colorado.
But then the Predators send one Predator instead of all the Predators, so
Look,
it's aliens versus whole-ass Predator.
No. It was a really good setup to the. It was a really good sequel setup. The end of the AVP. If I'm not mistaken, showed the egg hatching or whatever.
It was the
Predator.
alien.
The Predator was sick. The wolf was sick. And then AVPR was like, oh shit, well, the fucking chest burst a hit. He crashes. There's eggs on the ship. I don't know how. That wasn't established, but I digress. And then Hunter and his little son get fucking egged. They get face hugged. And then now there's... that was crazy. They showed the little kid getting face hugged. He's obviously dead. Then there's a sewer sequence. And there's just a whole bunch of things. There's some pizza. There's pizza time in there. And honestly, if that movie wasn't dark... If that movie wasn't dark, that's a good movie. That's a great movie.
Here's
that was my biggest thing.
I watch
Here's my
AVPR of
problem.
AVP all the time.
Why send one Predator when you could send 3 and be like, it's a contingency plan. We cannot fuck this up. I know he's the ultimate badass.
No. Because there was already the fucking the Yautja on in AVP to prove themselves. They were trying to get to the next level, to be the fucking Predators, to go to different planets. This was their trial. This is what they had to do.
And they failed.
Yes, but the wolf is the wolf. The wolf is the wolf. He is special ops. And, stupid movies make stupid decisions, and that's what happened. So now we gotta continue.
I will agree. The action in the movie is fun. I will never downplay that. For me, it's the characters that suck.
And
it is
which one?
Way too dark.
Which one? Oh, AVPR.
AVPR.
Yeah,
I'm not going to talk about Alien versus Predator. Listen, I'm going to say it. Alien versus Predator Requiem is better than Alien versus Predator.
Hands down.
It is.
You just can't see it.
It's got the gore. Yeah, you can't see it. Just turn up the brightness. Look, if they did a 4K restoration of that and just did what they did with 2014 and just, let's up the contrast a little bit. That movie's fucking great.
It's going to be a good movie.
And you want to know what's funny is that movie was not a box office failure. And the only reason why they didn't make a sequel to it was because of critical reception.
I could see
that.
that.
Well, to be fair, that's where the bad characters come into play. Like the story, the characters, the family drama. I don't care about too much. Yeah, I don't know how they could have done it, though, except straight militaristic. Like, you do the setup with the kid and the father hunters getting impregnated, and then the National Guard show up, and you do it from the soldier's perspective while going back to the Predator's perspective. You get this back and forth of different dynamics of how to contain it.
What was going to happen was something on the lines of, like, Predator... they sent another Predator after the wolf perished after the nuke. And what happened was they found some eggs. Yutani found some eggs after the Colorado was glassed, and they found some eggs that survived, and they were going to bring it back, and then shit happens in the Yutani facility with Predator, and they're all fighting in this lab and everything, and it was just, just generic AVP shit, what you expect from Aliens and Predator.
Yeah, the problem with these movies, and it starts with AVP, is they set it on Earth. They should never have done that. They should have literally set it on an alien world, because once you do that, you could get away with everything. Everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But once you set it on Earth, in that same time, like in real time, that destroys everything that we've seen before. This goes back to what we were talking about Star Wars. You can't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna destroy everything that came before. Why the fuck is Weyland Yutani looking for fucking xenomorph eggs? They find a fucking derelict. Like, you already had it. You had it already. It was there in Earth. It destroys everything.
I'm just gonna say
everything.
James Cameron was gonna do the 5th Alien movie, and he specifically said, if you make Alien versus Predator, I will not make Alien 5. And then they made Alien vs. Predator, and James Cameron never fucking came back. Imagine a world where he made Alien 5!
He did. It's called Avatar.
Yeah.
It's called Avatar.
He was talking about, if I remember correctly, he was talking about wanting to explore more of an alien homeworld. Which one
And it's called Avatar.
It would have worked, man.
He went to Pandora. He made
And that's
that.
okay.
My thing is with them doing Alien versus Predator and Weyland Yutani being part of the Alien franchise in the beginning, are you basically trying to say that AVP are prequel movies?
They are.
Because then it's like, well, then obviously aliens have existed before on the planet, and it totally makes Alien and Aliens not as impactful.
Remember the flashback in AVP where the xenomorphs were impregnating Aztec sacrifices so that the predators could hunt? This is stupid. Why is this? Why would the predators do that? They're talking about to make the perfect organism. You could go to some random ass alien planet, kind of like the engineer's homeworld, which would probably create an even more deadlier species of the xenomorph, and probably have, because I haven't read all those comics, and just hunt those because the engineers created humanity. The engineers are the perfect form. Fuck off.
It's part of the multiverse. It's a different universe.
Alien Predator multiverse. Stop. No, talk about lore breaking.
All you had to do.
We need to make a movie of Predator Concrete Jungle and be fine.
That's a good game, though.
Yeah,
that's a good game.
Yeah, but that's called Predator 2, which is a great movie.
It was a great movie. I can't deny that. It's a great movie.
I love that much. Man, I love Predator, but Predator 2 is something special. Something special.
Dude,
I don't know. I love it.
I've been itching to watch it lately. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Something as awesome.
Whoa! Chase! Hang on a second. Chase, hang on. You've been what there, JR?
I've been itching to watch Predator 2 lately. It's been a while, and it's hot outside,
2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
2 weeks.
You got the Blu-ray, right?
Oh, bro, you have no idea.
Oh, baby, let's go.
Well.
You guys are making me jealous. I want to join.
So show up. I ain't got no problem with that.
We can
bullshit.
watch Predator 2 and all three of us can sit in a hot tub.
I'll bring the projector screen and the projector.
No, I don't have any outlets outside. I mean, I do have outlets, but I have nowhere to put that. No, we watch it inside. All I'm saying is,
oh yeah,
2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
Total Recall. Baby.
2 can be as bad as 1.
No, that's not where
I want to play Army of 2.
That's a good game.
That is a good game. The first one though, the second one was shit.
So is Armed and Dangerous. A game developed by George Lucas.
Oh man,
I know, it just comes full circle to Indiana Jones.
That's not even fair. That's not even fucking fair. That movie sucked. I told my daughter, unless this movie has dinosaurs, this is a failure. And then there was no dinosaurs, and I said, "Yep, it sucks."
What movie?
Indiana Jones, the last one, whatever it was called. Indiana Jones
change this shit right now.
Indiana Jones and Disney done fucked up.
I want to see Indiana Jones evade a T-Rex. That'd be cool.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
They had the chance. Instead, they throw them in what, ancient Roman times? Yeah, great. Yeah, that's what we want.
No. The problem with the movie is, and it doesn't make any goddamn sense. And I swear to God, because
Everything.
I was just watching, I was like, wait, what? Oh my God, it's. I don't know if it's in between or after the Last
Kingdom?
Crusade. The Last Crusade. I think it's after the Last Crusade.
It's after Last Crusade and after Kingdom of Crystal
No,
Skull.
no. The beginning of the movie. The beginning, because it's
the
young
beginning.
Indy.
Oh yeah, it's in between. From what they said, it's in between the
Last
first
Crusade.
and the Last Crusade, because Temple of Doom's a prequel, kind of.
Okay, and so is the game that's coming out. It's a prequel.
Yeah,
It's in between.
exactly. It's all like, and that's nothing wrong with that. Temple of
No,
Doom's
no.
my second favorite. I really like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
No, and that's what I'm saying is Indiana Jones is on a train full of Nazis trying to find this artifact. Gets the artifact, goes up against the bad guy, the main bad guy. And the main bad guy's head gets taken off while the train is moving by one of those fucking train things. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's dead. He's dead. But then, 1956, there he is. They never explained why.
So
How?
bad.
The
That's
dude
so
died.
bad.
He was
What did
dead.
you sew his head back on?
They never explained it. He died.
They Beetlejuiced his ass, dude.
He died on the train 30 years ago. Now
That's
he's back.
bad.
What the and they never fucking.
Can I just say, I am so glad I didn't watch that, because it looks like it hurts you.
Did Spielberg direct it?
No.
No, God, no.
No.
It just reminds me, it's like Jurassic Park 2, and like the ship pulls up to the fucking shore of San Diego, and all of them are dead, and none of the dinosaurs have escaped.
But there's a difference. Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, it's a good movie. This is not.
But that's the problem I had, because the director of this movie directed one of my favorite movies of all time. And I said
Which is Deadpool?
Logan.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But the Dial of Destiny, again, I didn't watch it. Just from the trailers, just screams studio interference. Can't tell me that was his movie. That is Disney, Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy's in charge of Lucasfilm, just saying, this is what you got to do. No, this is what you got to do. Fuck that. This is what you got to do. Fine, but do not sit here and say, oh, it's going to bring back Indiana Jones fans. We never left. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was fine. People hate it, sure, but in retrospect, overlook the CG and just accept the fact that that is a good movie. It is. It's aliens, Indiana Jones and aliens. You may not have wanted it at the time, but God damn it, it's not time travel. And aliens exist on Earth currently. We all know this. It's not that goddamn far-fetched.
It was. Here was the reason why that movie got shitted on so much, and I like that movie a lot. I really do.
So do I. It's good.
It was because the previous three felt more grounded in a reality where
this with fantasy.
Yes, but in a reality where everything they talked about came from religion.
Okay, that's
all right?
fair.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's the fucking Ark of the Covenant, right? It's the box that holds the 10 Commandments. It comes from a certain place that we all know, right?
Yeah.
Temple of Doom. While we culturally don't understand what's going on, this is the genius of Spielberg and Lucas working together. They go to India, and this is the Hindi things, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the fucking the stones were. And it made sense. It made sense. And then Last Crusade. It's the fucking Cup of Christ. I saw that in a theater.
It's Christianity and Catholicism.
Actually, I saw Temple of Doom and Last Crusade and Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls and whatever the last movie was. I saw the last 4 Indiana Jones movies in theaters. I'm just saying. That's how old
But
I am.
by that same logic, like the crystal skulls are kind of Aztec. They play off the Aztec a little bit.
No. Yes and
No?
no. Yes and no. It's not imbued in religious history the way the other 3 movies were.
And I
you got
get
the Ark
that.
of the Covenant and the Cup of
I
Christ.
do.
Very Christianity, right? And then the
Yeah.
stones, Hindu. And then you can do whatever you want because we don't know that. Like, Americans don't know. So they can play. I mean, it might be fake for the love of God. But come on. Kali, and rip the hearts out, all that crazy shit. Whatever. Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls. Even though it's been 20-something years since, Last Crusade, it made sense. The time frame of that movie made sense. This is what people were thinking of going after. The whole thing with your girl from fucking Lord of the Rings. What's her name? She's gonna be in Borderlands. You know who I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
She was the main villain in Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls. She was the Russian.
Oh yeah.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanche?
Kate Blanchett. Yep. Dude, that was a thing. Like, it's a race to space. These are aliens, or in this case, multi-dimensional beings, which I buy. I do.
It was the U.S. versus Russia for the space race.
Right. So it makes sense because that's all in the right time. This shit don't make no goddamn sense. This last one don't make no sense. And it drives me up a wall.
Now, again, like I've said, and I'll keep saying it, The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull might be my favorite Indiana Jones movie. I can't defend it entirely.
That's impossible. Raiders of the
Hear me out.
Lost Ark.
Temple of
It's
Doom
the
is a
great
close
one.
second.
Raiders of the Lost Ark is absolute classic.
Temple of Doom was scary when I watched it growing up. That was a horror movie,
I
dude.
get it. You call him Dr. Jones, doll. I get it.
I love that. I love him. He's in the Goonies, dude. Come on.
It's short round. He's Wayman in Everything, Everywhere, Always, at Once, whatever the fucking movie.
I still have not watched that.
It's a good movie. But there's this one scene where I was like, I don't think that was necessary. But it was still a good movie. All that aside, it was still a good movie. But no, dude, come on, man. Raiders of the Lost Ark? Yo, Harrison Ford had the flu. And in the fucking scene, while he was dying of the flu, in wherever the fuck they were,
Yeah.
he was supposed to fight the guy. He said, fuck this, I'm dying. Pulled his gun out and fake shot him. They kept it. The guy fucking played, and it was just like, it's great.
It's good. I won't downplay it. Maybe this is what we got to do. Sunday, got the wifey here. Sunday, we're rewatching all the Indiana Jones movies minus Dial of Destiny. That doesn't exist. The 4. I'll do it. I'm down. That sounds fun.
Wait, this Sunday?
Oh yeah, dude.
What am I doing this Sunday? I ain't doing nothing. I got things to do, but I digress. But listen, hey, we're about to hit 3 hours, and before we do, I'm gonna call it. I think it's time.
Yeah.
So that being said, I want to thank my 2 cohorts for hanging out, and of course, Game Z1 who showed up earlier. Thank y'all for hanging out on this Friday Freestyle Fiasco on the Geek Out. So, Brother Chase, thank you for joining.
Absolutely.
I can't believe we didn't really talk about Godzilla at all during this. Here and there, but nothing major. It doesn't matter. JR, thank you for joining me.
I got a second to a shameless plug.
Of course.
I did my first full-fledged 12-minute video game review this week of Silent Hill 4. It turned 20 this week. That game's 20 years old. My first video game review, I live streamed it the day that it turned 20. the next day I had the review up. If you want to check it out, JR's GAM. I worked hard on it. 2 days of editing. I enjoyed making it, you know, give my honest take on it. It's not satirical. There's a couple of jokes, but definitely played it more on the straight side. Worked hard on it. Trying to test the waters, you know what I mean? 12-minute video game reviews. Is that something I should be doing? I don't know. We'll see what the people like. Go check it out. If you like it, awesome. If not, hey, let me know. I am open to criticism, but fuck you.
That guy, Video Game Donkey, does reviews in like 3 minutes. That's what you should do.
Oh, dude, I thought about it, but I can't. I can't. Here's why. I got too much to say.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
And that'll do it for this episode of the G Show live stream. I want to thank everybody here. I already did. And I want to thank y'all for joining us. And I am G1.